This mod has a ton of ships in it. If you haven't played around with it very much, there's 17 pages of ships. And as you can see, some of those pages only have a couple of ships on them, but there are still 17 pages. And many of those have B-sides and C-sides that you can unlock as well. So there's a lot to work with in here. What we're going to be doing is flying one of the weirder ones we've got so far, the Slug Pleasure Barge. A large slug ship designed for slug pleasure cruises. The floor is stickier than usual, and you feel dirty just being near the thing, but if this is what it takes to defeat the rebellion, then so be it. So this is going to be our ship for the run. It starts with a couple of different little bits to it, and notably, no weapons, and in fact only a level 1 weapon control. But it does come with a drone control and a teleporter to start with, which we may be able to use to try and survive. We will find out. This is a medbay ship, not a clone bay, so we can't board too recklessly, and our starting crew are simply a pair of slugs. So at least we'll know how many people are on the ship before we have to start trying to board it, but we will probably be doing a lot of boarding here. We've also got an anti-personnel drone here that presumably we can send into the enemy ship with us, and it, as a butler drone, has a special ability here that blasts loud music, which apparently only stuns enemies. So with that in combination with these two, we should have a pretty good boarding party here. The ship has a couple of weird features too. For one thing, it has the hard light bypass, which means you can teleport through super shields. That's pretty nice to start with for free, and we can turn it into an onboard upgrade, so it doesn't necessarily take up space. We also have suspicious gel, which is a dubious substance here. It makes everyone slow if they're not in a room with a system in it, but when you're in those rooms, you take way less damage from everything, which is pretty interesting, and apparently gives us a way to repair for cheap. The pleasure pods apparently also let us clone our crew to make new ones with R&B music 24/7 too, so that's probably good. It's probably fine. Yeah, let's not think too hard about it. But this is going to be the VSS Kitchen Sink. And as a result, all of our crew are going to be named after kitchen utensils and tools that you would find within a kitchen. Our captain... Oh, can we change their color? Oh, that's neat. I don't think I knew that. I don't want to change their color right now. I'm going to call you Spatula. And Maddie? I don't think so. I think, Maddie, you're going to be renamed to be something else as well. I'm going to call you Ladle. And we will see how this adventure treats them. Our good little kitchen crew here in a very, very unpleasant donut ship. Let's jump into it and see how it goes. You take a look at the distant swirls of space as the stars fly past. This is the beginning of the next chapter in your saga. What will await you next? Well, let me actually just move this over here. That should help. Let's proceed with the mission. We have this warning every time about the difficulties. This is still only like our third run of this ever. I'm leaving it on normal because I don't actually know what these do yet, and I'm just going to leave them alone until we have a bit of a better understanding of how all the different systems work in this game. So, we're going to proceed with the mission as is. Also, sorry to hear about the power there, Hemlock. Hopefully it comes back soon. We're in the middle of a blizzard right now, so hopefully our power doesn't go out. But it might, so if I suddenly disappear randomly in the middle of the run, you'll know why. That said, at the start of every run, we have the ability to potentially install our special marked augments, and we will, because we want at least one augment slot available, so let's turn on the hard light bypass. Now it is built into our ship, and we get it for free. Let's exit hyperspeed. We arrive in the hangar. I don't remember this having a blue text normally, so that's interesting. We slowly exit hyperspeed, transitioning to a speed safe for landing and steer closer to the hangar below. There, your ship is stocked up and prepped to head out into this foreign galaxy. The hangar operators hail you. What does that mean? It seems a gift awaits you. From uncertain origins, it's labeled in strange penmanship. A gift from the observers on behalf of the last challenger to find us. We sincerely await meeting you. See you soon, perhaps? I think I know what this is now. From nowhere, you hear a voice speaking to you. Grant of shielding. Installed. Installed. Grant provides repairs to system. Shield system 50% faster. If you witness previous challenger provide thanks, I advise you visit me as well. So last time we got to the end of the game, went to visit the judges, a new encounter in the final zone, and because we had a highly leveled shield system, we get a benefit for this run now where it repairs really fast. So that's a nice little bonus. We have the option here to grab a weapon, a crew member, some resources, or just go. I think we're going to need some crew because we're going to be doing some boarding. A weapon could be nice, but we only have one weapon power, and the odds that we'll be able to really do much with it is pretty low. So another crew member is going to be much better since we have a 4-person teleporter and only 2 people to send right now. Confident with our new crew, we prepare to continue on our mission. Alright. Finally suited up and ready to go, we take a look at our beacon map. Looks like we still have a while until the fleet becomes an immediate threat, so we can spare some time to do something on the ship now if we wish. Well, let's see what our options are, because apparently one of them is to repair things. We also have the option to use an augment, which actually I think we want to do right now too, because this should let us clone another crew member. Because I believe that's what the pods here do. So, that is pretty good. Don't disappear for 7 more years again. Listen, no promises, okay? I'll do my best, though. We're gonna save the galaxy today? I mean, we're gonna try, whether they like it or not. We're... The pleasure pods experience the miracle of life. Requires 2 of a crew type. Well, we're getting a 3rd slug, I guess. Because I want a 4th crew, please. And this'll get us one. Breed 2 slugs. Gross. Our slugs journey into the pods together, and when they exit, another slug is with them. Don't question how it grew up so fast. Alright, we're up to 4 crew already. That took us no time at all. You'll love to see it. So, this ship actually has slightly more than the average crew space. We have 9 slots for crew. So, we are probably going to be filling this up pretty fast, but we might be swapping people in later. Like, Pepsin here might not be sticking around if we wind up getting more interesting options. But in the meantime, we need to name them. Is it a war crime? No, I'm pretty sure they were willing participants. They sounded like they had a great time in there. We need to name these people, though. So, Pepsin, congratulations. You have been renamed Fork. And we need to rename our other slug here, and I'm going to call you Whisk. We've got a selection of utensils on board, and I'm sure we'll find some more interesting options as we go. I honestly don't know who I want to leave in the helm, if anyone. Are we going to send the whole crew onto the enemy ships? I feel like we might. We do have a defense drone here that we can apparently toggle the purpose of. I actually don't know how to do that. That is something we should figure out now. Is there a way to toggle this so that it's boarding instead of anti-personnel? Because it says it's in a mode, but I don't know what the modes mean. Click and drag to rearrange. Doesn't seem to say. A little unclear to me exactly how that works. You can toggle it as an option at the start of combat. Ah, okay. Not clear from here, but that does make sense. Alright, well, we're going to try and not die immediately, but no promises. This will be the first time I've actually tried doing boarding while in this, this mod's rules, so we might wind up getting absolutely beat up here as we're trying to figure out how to do this. But for now, let's get jumping and see what we can get ourselves started with. We've arrived at a Federation supply depot for Multiverse renegades. These were established across various realities deemed prominent for protection. A brief scan of our ID is all it takes until a Federation auto ship is dispatched to transfer over some supplies. We get 2 fuel, a drone part, and 8 scrap. And we can, in fact, clone another Slug if we want to. And honestly, I think we're gonna. The other option is get a little bit of scrap, but like, 4th Slug? 4th Slug. Alright, 4th Slug. We have immediately increased our crew numbers to 5. So we are looking pretty good here, but we do need to rename Magmar. Magmar, here you are. I was not expecting to have so many slugs right off the bat, but I am going to call you Tongs. Ooh, I keep bonking my pop filter. Let me adjust this a little bit so it's not right in arm's length. That should be better. Alright. We have a whole army of slugs, and we're gonna hope that's enough. If we get into our first fight and it is a drone, I will be so mad. Now, we can keep jumping to supply beacons, and that'll let us keep getting more slugs. But honestly, at this point, I don't know if that's actually a good thing. The supply beacons don't give us a lot of resources. Honestly, I guess we will? Why not? We're here, we can do it. Let's make an army of slugs on this ship in no time flat. We're not surprised to see this beacon has been outfitted with a Multiverse supply depot. Many such beacons were constructed by prior Multiverse renegades to help prepare ships such as ours. We get 3 fuel and 26 scrap, a much better reward for our purposes. And guess what's happening? We're making some more slugs! Alright, 5th crew member, congratulations! You have just earned yourself a spot in the engines. Your name will be... Let's see. You can be Peeler. Alright, and let's keep jumping. We got 1 more slug to produce. And then we're gonna have an army of slugs to throw at things. And that means, you know what? If they die, they die. I can just make more. Alright. The beacon serves as a temporary outpost for Multiverse Drive-equipped vessels established and maintained by the Federation. Federation officer who greets you apologizes and explains they're short on supplies. The best I can offer is a small helping of ammunition and scrap. We do something on board the ship, and guess what we're doing? We're making another slug! Aw yeah, Kirby has joined us, which means they need to be renamed immediately. Ugh, man, it's a hard life here, starting with only 2 crew and ending the first 3 jumps with 7. I don't know how we're gonna make it across the galaxy here, folks. You are gonna be Pan. And you can go operate our shields because we don't have any weapons. Alright. Good work, team. We have very rapidly established ourselves here. We have about 7 jumps before we have to be out of the sector. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, we actually have more than that. This is the 7th, the merchant, not the exit. Okay, we want to go see Sylvan just to see what he's got to say. So let's, yeah, we'll go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because that looks like it's on the inside of the 9. Looks good to me, let's get rolling. They're multiplying like slugs, in fact, Jay. EJ. It looks like a rebel ship is here, waiting for you. You can't quite make out what the ship is, though, at first. It's the Beam Master! The captain hails you, revealing themselves to have obnoxiously bright blue hair and a smug glare. Didn't expect to see me here, did you? Ha ha! That's right! I've returned! It wasn't easy tracking you through time and space, but now I will end you once and for all. Who are you? The rebel captain stutters. Huh? You don't remember me?
It is I, your arch nemesis, Leah, the infamous Beam Master. Ha ha ha! You think you're so clever, always coming in to ruin my day, but I'm getting smarter. You won't beat me this time, biatch.
So I actually don't know what's gonna happen here, because I think canonically Leah jumps away when you kill them, but we're gonna go in and kill the crew. So I don't know what that's gonna do. We'll find out in a minute, though. What are our... Here's the toggle option. Change your toggle or amp equipment. That'll let us swap this into an attack drone. What are our last-minute checkup options? Is it the same ones we're used to? Yes, it's the standard last-minute options. Toggling... Oh. Configure hotkeys. Toggle UI speed. Toggle instant clone or heal out of combat. Toggle automation for crew drones. Set the state of the drone, anti-personnel. Weird. It puts it in the menu, but it also puts the menu in the combat. Huh. I'm gonna leave it. Well, I guess I'll swap it to boarding mode. Why not? You start calibrating the drone. You finish calibrating the drone successfully. So it literally takes it out of your inventory and gives you the other one. That makes sense. And I think if I understand, if we do nothing here, we'll start the fight. We'll deal with that in a minute. I think this... Yeah, this button is how you can get to that menu. So you don't actually have to be in a fight to switch it. You just have to go into this little toggle menu. Interesting. Good to know. Okay, well, I mean, they've only got 2 crew, and we have 4 slugs coming to say hello. So, hello. Oh, hey. The Beam Master. Leah, the Beam Master. The only description is a giant pain in the ass. Incredible. Alright, well, I have a feeling this is going to go poorly for them, because we have double the crew that they've got, and this is a first sector encounter. But we'll find out if this was a bad idea in a second. Moments before death, you see Leah whip out a teleporter recall button.
This isn't the last you've seen of me, Federation scum!
Leah warps away, leaving you utterly confused. Now we get a fuel, a missile, and 21 scrap, and she warps away, but she doesn't leave the ship, so that's good. Let's get our friends back home. And I guess we'll just flash healing on, so they're back to full health. So... that's a good start. Let's keep jumping. We're gonna go see Cura here. Last time we came here, Cura wouldn't talk to us. I don't remember exactly why, but we showed up and they were basically like, no, come back later. So we're gonna see if they have something more interesting to say this time. It appears this beacon is home to a Federation outpost, or at least it was until a band of pirates came by and ravaged the place. There might be some supplies left behind if you can clear out the attackers. Well, that looks manageable enough. Let's attack. Oh, you have money I should be spending too? I just forgot about this. We'll spend it in a minute. These guys can hurt us pretty bad, so we might need to, but at this point it's too late. Attack the pirates! Those supplies belong to the Federation, not those damn pirates. We prepare for combat. They have a shell and a dude. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna instantly teleport into their ship so they can't cloak away from us. Nah, we're too slow. That's fine. We should hopefully live. Let's get in there and start murdering. The shell immediately blew himself up, which I think was a slightly premature maneuver. We've defeated the pirates, not eager to mess with us further. The rest of the clan scatter. We get 3 fuel, a missile, and 10 scrap. And when we salvage the remaining supplies, we also find we take another 4 missiles, 2 drone parts, and 9 scrap. Not a huge reward, but hey, more reward is still more reward. Yeah, a little overzealous, a little premature. So you have 118 scrap in the pocket. Honestly, I'm thinking we just bump up to level 2 shields right now, because that'll give us the ability to be immune to a bunch more enemies. And early on, that's pretty powerful. We don't actually have enough energy to run our attack drone if we need it, but currently 4 invading enemies, regardless of how good they are at fighting, is going to overwhelm most of these little ships. Let's go say hi to Cura, whatever this is. As soon as we arrive, you spot an unusually advanced auto ship waiting for you. Initializing scans. Please wait. A bright white glow envelops your ship and your firewall crumbles almost immediately as the ship siphons all the data on your computers. Concerning, yes, but the ship doesn't show signs of hostility yet. Data collection complete. From my findings, you are a renegade. No need to confirm, I am certain of this fact. I am the custodial utilitarian robotic assistant, Cura for short. Assuage your fears, I am of malicious control no more. I offer you a proposition, one that may interest a simple and violent-minded individual such as yourself. Well, I'm listening. Tell me what this is all about. Under my former masters, I was constructed in the pursuit of data harvesting. As my prime directive, it is in my natural interest to continue this. However, as a cognitive, it seems unnecessary that my data harvesting continues in service of my creators, Wentworth Innovations, nor the Rebellion. My recent interests involve that of Rebel founder, Admiral, and CEO of my aforementioned parent company, Vance Wentworth. I am certain you have heard of him. My proposition is simple. Assist me in collecting artifacts relating to Mr. Wentworth, and you will be rewarded, perhaps financially or maybe even further. However, to assure that you are serious in this offer, I require an initial down payment. The last renegade I hired had a tendency to steal from me. She is dead now. I made sure of it. I forgot this is why we didn't get them to join us last time. We didn't have the money, and guess what? We don't have the money now. Not interested, sorry. Affirmative. Then there is no need to further prolong this interaction. The ship immediately jumps away. Hopefully all your stolen data doesn't end up somewhere unsatisfactory. Well, one of these days I'll remember that I have to keep 30 scrap to go hang out with them. Because that's what it was last time too, I can tell that now. That's fine. We have still plenty of space to explore. Let's go to this distress beacon. A station at this beacon has alarms going off, and a distress call is out to save the civilians on board. However, when you arrive, there's already a Federation ship at the location which hails you. No worries, we have the situation under control. There was a hazardous chemical leak that proliferated into the station's life support. We've already evacuated this station. Looks like everyone's okay, but we have a civilian on board who wishes to make a request. Well, I'm pretty sure this is a quest we've got before, and we can't do it, because you need someone who's anaerobic to be able to try it. But let's hear them out. Civilian gets onto the comm.
Hello. I'm a merchant who trades with this station. My ship is fortunately unharmed, but still docked. Unfortunately, the toxins have contaminated everything, so I can't undock it myself. If you could steer my ship away and vent the atmosphere, it'd likely be safe for me to use it again. It's not quite as contaminated as the station, but you probably won't survive if you aren't careful.
Yep, and again, there's just no option. All we can do is decline. Well, so it goes. Merchant gives a frustrated sigh as the Federation officer comes back onto the line. We'll drop all the civilians off at the nearest settlement until the toxins clear away. Good luck on your mission. Well, one thing that we're going to do, because we haven't done it yet, is not use the augment this time. We have enough slugs for now, but we are going to run a salvage mission so we can get some extra loot to keep us rolling here. Let's survey the nearby area and see what we find. Not much. We get 2 fuel, a missile, and 9 scrap. Probably not worth not having an 8th crew member, but, you know, I do have an army of slugs already. So let's keep rolling. So you can't do that task with the clone bay to just bring them back? I mean, maybe you can, but I don't have a clone bay, so I can see why they wouldn't let me try it. So we're going to be going over here and working our way up, but that's a store, and I don't have any money. So that's not ideal. We still have, like, 4 jumps left, so we might just wind up going 1, 2, 3, and then 4. That's probably the best use of our time. We can do them in any order, but I want to have a bit of money for the merchant. Let's jump over here. It's rare to see an Argione vessel with no weapon system, and this one is trying to stay away. I didn't get into this business looking for a fight, and if you'll excuse me, I have places to be. Well, I want to try and board these guys and see if we can kill them that way, because that way we might be able to actually reclaim its possessions, and that might be fun. We've only blown them up and missed them in the past, so who knows what'll happen if we actually get in there and get something. Let's give it a shot. Attack the vessel to reclaim its possessions. They might have a lot of defense drones, but we'll find out when we get there. They may not be looking for a fight, but smugglers are not welcome in Federation space. Reputation decreased with the smugglers because we're coming to murder them. And we do nothing. We're going to be boarding in a second. So we know they're going to be trying to run away, which might be bad for us. They are very fast, but I'm hoping if we send our whole crew over there, they're going to panic and send people to fight us. They do have a lot of people to fight us, though, which is not ideal. They don't have any weapons, though, so I can turn the shields off and send the attack drone in. Wow. Nice shot, dude. You hit perfectly into the room we were currently standing in. Kind of remarkable aim. Alright. We are going to probably need to dance around a little bit here, because we are getting beat up a little bit. But now that the attack drone's not in here, we should be a little bit better off. Let's swap you guys again. They can't run while we're in mid-combat, so that does make things a little bit easier. This Mantis is beating us up, though, and if we can't kill them soon, we are going to have to run back to heal up. Because this is getting a little nasty. Thankfully, the healing is right beside the teleporter, but it is still going to hurt a fair bit. Alright, I don't know if we're going to be able to stop them, but we're going to try. Let's jump out of here before anyone dies, get you back in the med bay, and heal you up quickly. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the engines off, because, like, who needs them? We're not doing anything there. We are gonna have to do a little bit of stance dancing through here to make sure everyone is actually healing at the same time. That sound effect doesn't sound good. That sounds like maybe they just left. No? Okay. It is extremely risky to try and go back by the time this is done. I honestly don't think we're gonna have the chance to. Can I control the drone specifically? I can! Oh, I should have considered that before too. Maybe we can beat them here. Oh, that's interesting. It is a little late still, I think. I'm a little afraid to jump back in. I'm gonna risk it, because they should leave the helm to come fight us. Yeah, he did. Okay, we're good. We're good. With nothing stopping us from exploring the hold, we were able to find something. It's not clear if this was the important delivery they were making, but it's ours for the taking. We take a rad beam. Ooh. Well, let's teleport ourselves home, because that is a lot we were just dealing with there. Ugh, can't select things to save my life. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I forget. The battle's over. We heal instantly. So, let's put some power back in the engines. We could really use a little bit more upgrades going on here. The Corbin is a single shield-piercing crew-murdering laser. Doesn't do much to systems or the hull at all, but it can put breaches in it, and it's guaranteed to laser people with radiation. So that's fun. Will we be using it? Maybe. It's a chain weapon, though, so it's really slow. It gets fast if you keep using it, but it is 17 seconds to charge the first shot. We'll see. We'll see about that. Definitely can't afford it right now, anyway. So, we have a couple of jumps left. I think we're going to go here to try and get even more money, then go back to the merchant. Merchant's almost certainly going to give us something for free, because Sylvan is chill like that, but we'll see what we can get on the way. Nearby are some Federation fortifications that have taken heavy damage. A couple of workers are busy trying to patch up the damage. We could ask them if they need help, but I don't know what we could do for them. Let's say hello at least.
Any help you could offer would be a lifesaver. We only just barely managed to chase away those damn rebels, and they'll no doubt be returning with reinforcements soon. We're undermanned, and we won't be able to get these repairs done in time.
Well, we could send them a crew member, because I've got a bunch. I don't know what happens if we do that. Waiting behind longer and fighting off the rebels, I don't remember exactly what it does. I think it delays the rebel advance, but also moves them up one? I don't remember. Well, I want to fight some more guys, so we'll often just stay behind longer and fight off the rebels for you. Yes, Fleet Pursuit doubled for 1 jump. That is in fact what it does. That's not good. That means Sylvan's probably going to be inaccessible. We wait behind as you spot a small squadron of rebel ships approaching. Hurry to combat positions. Well, let's get in there. They only have 2 guys, and we are immune to their weapons because we have 2 shields. So let's go in and say hello. Alright, they've got a big, mean robot, so that is a bit of a problem, but we should be able to beat up the crew before it has a chance to kill us. So that's fine. We are only slightly better than your average human in combat, but there's more of us, so we're good. With the crew dead, you scrap the ship with 2 missiles, 1 drone part, and 20 scrap. It appears the rest of the Rebel Squadron is trying to flee after watching their comrades be destroyed by us. Federation officers thank you and offer payment in 3 fuel, 2 missiles, and 16 scrap. Well, it's a nice reward, but is it as good as what we would have gotten from our friend Sylvan? I don't know. While we're here, though, because, yeah, they're getting overtaken now, so we can't go there. All we have a chance to do is go to the exit. All we have the chance to do now is take a look at some of the upgrades we could be buying. I realized that we actually get our onboard lab for free because we start with a level 2 medbay, so that's pretty cool. And we have the option to look at internal upgrades for 2 systems I've never bought before. So let's see what the drone control internal options are. It's just the drone booster. Your crew drones gain 40% movement speed, 25% combat and sabotage damage, repair extinguishing speed, and 15% boost to crew healing wherever applicable, and you can get it twice. Wild. I guess if you're going all in on drones, that drone booster is pretty powerful. It specifically is only crew drones, though, so it doesn't do anything if you're doing attack drones or defense drones. Still, a lot of potential in that. That's pretty cool. What is the teleporter option? Teleporter options are reconstructive teleporter, which I assume is the one that we know where they heal when they teleport. Yeah, crew are here to full every time they teleport. And what's the other option? The self-powered teleporter. Provides full power to the system, freeing up reactor points and allowing it to operate at max level constantly, provided the system is undamaged. Huh. That's interesting. It's not even that expensive. It's 40 scrap and 3 drone parts to just always have 3 free power for the teleporter. That might be useful later. If we actually have other things we want to put power into, that'll give us more to work with. Fascinating. Now, the other thing we need to take a look at is what are our onboard lab options again? I know I've looked at the slugs before, but what are our choices here? They have neuron pathing, which means they don't lose skills from being cloned and they don't get stunned as hard. If we wind up swapping our medbay for a clone bay later and going all in on that, this might be useful. We also have neural redirection, which means we get more combat damage, sabotage, and repair speed, but we can't see where the enemies are. This might be good if we wind up sticking with an all-slug boarding crew, because if we get our sensors upgraded enough to see where the enemies are, then that means we can just send an army of super slugs in to go kill everything. And that might be pretty good. And telepathic synergies is allied crew in the same room as your slug gain mind control immunity. Enemy crew in the same room lose their immunity if they had it. That's probably not what we want. If we're going to get anything here, it's probably going to wind up being neural redirection, just so that we can hit a little harder with our army of invading slugs. But we'll find out. I'll give it a little bit more time before we commit on that. Because I do kind of want to see what the clone bay does, but maybe this isn't the ship for it. In the meantime, the other things that we want to try and look at potentially getting here are probably upgrading... Oh, we actually don't have a sensor system. Well, maybe we wait then. Because, I was about to say, I didn't see one on our ship, but if we don't have sensors, then getting rid of our ability to detect how many enemies there are might be risky. We don't want to jump into a ship that's scarier than we think and not being able to get out because our teleporter is so low level. So think about that one. I was also going to say we want to get some more engine because our dodging is awful, and so far we're basically surviving on the fact that most enemies can't get through 2 shields yet. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to hoard our cash for a little bit longer and see if we get anything else as we get into the start of the next area. So let's jump to the exit and see what they've got for us. It's probably a nothing beacon, but you never know. We've reached the end of the first step of our journey. However, it appears we aren't alone. Their Rebel fleet must have sent one of their fighters after us. Aha. Blah, you're the ship we traveled all the way from Universe 1 to meet. I thought they said you were a threat. Looks like you'll have to show these guys not to underestimate you. Well, let's fight them then. 2 shields is a nice sweet spot at first, but not played with the mod in a while. Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty good in this game too. It just, it's not foolproof. If you get in with bombs or missiles, and there's quite a lot more kinds of bombs and missiles now, they will still smack you around. Let's do nothing here and jump in. They look like they have a very murderable crew. We love a murderable crew. These guys are human soldiers, though, so they are just better at us at fighting. They do 20% more damage, and they take 30% less damage. We might actually lose this first round of fighting, which would be a little embarrassing. But they can't hurt us, ship-wise, so we'll probably be fine. And honestly, having 4 people still probably outweighs the benefits that they get. Oh wow, yeah, not even close. We just bullied these guys. I was a little... Are you serious? Hold on a second. We've successfully defeated the rebel ship. We now have some time to do something else on the ship. We stole 19 scrap and another Corbin Radbeam. Okay. If we want to get murdery with lasers, we have some serious radiation beams we can be firing at people too. Let's do something on board our ship. Unfortunately for us, we only have one thing we can do. And that's create another slug! New slug time! Alright, Rebecca, welcome aboard. You're going to be renamed in a minute, and then you are going to be joining the team. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves real fast. And Rebecca, we need a slug name for you. We do have one more crew slot after this. So it's not completely full yet, but it's getting there surprisingly fast. I underestimated how many times I'd be able to clone slugs in the first sector. I think we're going to call you... Is this going to one name? Yeah, it sure looks like it. You're Rolling Pin now. Lovely. Alright, Rolling Pin. I don't really have anywhere for you to go, but you're going to chill over here for now, I guess. Actually, it's probably better to put you in the doors, because then at least you're doing something. Right now, having you in the weapons is actively useless. I don't know how often people are going to be boarding us, but you never know. Again, we're saving our money in case we can get an opportunity to buy something good at a store in the next sector, so let's jump. 2 choices. Gathering Colonies and Liberated District. I like the look of the Gathering Colonies because it gives us some more interesting red options we can jump to after that, whereas if we go here, we're stuck in nebulas and neutral sectors for a little bit, and I kind of want to go this way. So, Gathering Colonies it is. We've entered hyperspeed. While it can take mere minutes to travel between 2 beacons, it can take hours to travel between sectors. Fortunately, this delay applies to all ships, including the Rebels. Hey, King Carlos. We still have nothing to do aboard the ship here, though. Let's proceed to the Orchid sector. We're in a gathering-controlled sector. The Orchids are a peaceful race, lucky for us. Their specially grown kernel weaponry makes them powerful enemies, so be glad the plants will rarely attack you without you attacking first. Kernels are missiles, so that would be a problem for us, but let's exit hyperspeed. Despite their strange and reclusive tendencies, the Orchid Florals are some of the strongest and most reliable allies of the Federation, especially since the Civil War. The gathering will certainly be the least of your worries here. Most Florals, bound to their religion, communicate through sign language instead of spoken words. The Orchid Guard gives you a friendly wave as you pass by. Can we telepathically communicate with them since we have slugs? Let's contact the guard and find out. The Orchid speaks briefly to say hello and falls silent once again. No. So if we had a plant, then we would definitely be able to ask with our plant sign language, but it looks like our slugs don't give us that ability, which makes sense. Let's request supplies and see if they want to be nice. The Orchid nods and the guard transfers over some supplies. 3 fuel, drone part, 13 scrap. Nice. We'll take it. We will take it. Alright, so our army of slugs is looking good. There's no stores we can see, though, so I guess we'll get jumping and see if we can find one. A rogue ship awaits at the beacon.
Labor's for cheap. Can be used as oxygen emitters, cannon fodder, gifts to tribal chiefs, firewood, or healthy food. Not that I support cannibalism, I'm just saying they're very versatile.
Pirate scratches his chin. Piracy is despicable. Attack the slavers. Alright, they actually have a lot of mantis on board there, so this might be a bad one for us. Oh no! Reputation decreased slavers? What am I gonna do? What I'm gonna do is board them. So... Oh no, Carlos, when you launched the game, the files were gone? That's unfortunate. I have no idea if my save files were still around. I immediately modded the game before launching it. I think what we're gonna do here is probably take a couple of hits, because these guys are nasty. We're gonna have to... Who needs oxygen, realistically? I think we're gonna turn on our attack drone and join it over here. So, let's jump into weapons. Weapons are good. And... will they come stop me? Oh, I can't go through the door. Okay, well, you break their oxygen then, why not? So this is probably going to be a tough fight for us. Maybe one that's too hard for us to live. And they have some powerful doors there, so this might be a death sentence for our crew. I was kind of hoping that by sending the boarding drone, they would divert one crew to go deal with it, and that would make it a 4v3, so we'd have a little bit more options to shuffle people around and stay alive. But this is actually looking quite bad now. I seem to have made a terrible mistake. Oh no! The real problem too is that this went into a room where we can't easily get at it. Surprisingly, we're actually winning. Look at this! This slug, with no benefits, is winning a fight against a mantis. Shocking. I might have already traded his places with this one, so that could have done it, but like... I would not have suspected that would happen. Let's swap these two again. We need to be getting out of here right now, though, which is really quite bad. I may indeed have overplayed my hand. I was really counting on them caring about this drone being on their ship. But they absolutely did not care about the drone being on their ship. It's fine, these guys are in fact quite easily replaceable. It's not the end of the world. But it isn't great either. It might be because they're in the oxygen. If they were in a more key system, maybe they would have been more prone to go deal with it. Is there anyone I can shuffle around here to survive a whole extra wheel of the teleporter recharge? Probably not. We might have a pretty massive loss here. As I warned, might be happening when we're learning how to do the boarding combat here. We may get absolutely blasted by this. It's not looking good, that's for sure. Alright, let's get you in there. Go to that square, actually. You can swap to there, you can swap to there. There's 2 deaths. Oh no! 3, 4 deaths. Everyone's dead. What a terrible start. Alright, it's fine. I did this to myself. Let's turn the oxygen back on so our crew can breathe. It's fine. We can just make more slugs. We didn't need those guys, honest. Honestly, though, the drone might still kill them all. It has full health, they don't have a medbay, and they are dying. So, we're probably still gonna win the battle via crew killing, which means we'll probably find a crew as a replacement. But we are getting beat up in the process, so it's not really a win, but we might come out okay, is all I'm saying. We'll see. More big shots coming our way. Another shot in the hull, that's rude of them. But they are now dead. With all the overlords dead, one of the enslaved orchids accepts an offer to join our crew, giving us a missile, a drone part, and 18 scrap. Well, nasty bit of damage there, but we'll deal with it, and we'll recover. Carlos, that is up to you how you want to get your content back. If you want to hack it back in, or if you want to play it back through. Whatever's going to be the most fun for you is probably what you're going to want to do. Let's get the crew back over in position, and I guess, Fork, congratulations. You've earned a spot on the boarding crew. I'm going to leave our floral on here, because they don't seem like they're particularly good fighters. I think Strainer is an excellent name there, Sham. That works for me pretty well. Alright, we gotta find some empty beacons so we can get some crew back here via the power of whatever they do in those little pods. Now, we don't have any stores, so I think we do need to spend some money on not dying. Let's go ahead and bump our engines up by 1. We're gonna need the evasion now that we don't have a person on engines anymore. So let's go check out what we got. And we have 11 jumps until we have to be out of here, so there's plenty of time to fart around in this part of the sector. So I think we're going to start off with the distress beacons and then work our way up. Let's go see what these guys have in store. Been enjoying the multiverse there, RN? Well, I'm glad to hear it, and I'm happy to have you with us. On the nearby planet is the crash site of a rock vessel, heavily damaged, but the distress beacon is still functioning. Let's try and rescue the survivors. We have slugs. It should be easy to find them. We pry open the doors of the rock ship only to find the butchered corpse of a mossy rockman and several irate, parasite-ridden orchids. We've been boarded. Alright, well, this shouldn't be a problem for us, really. We have a good crew of fighters here, but do they actually have an effect on them? No. It says parasite-ridden, but I don't think that actually means anything in this context. Let's send you two in there to go stop them from destroying our doors. Not because we care about them moving, but just because we don't want them breaking the system and doing hull damage for free. We'll swap them out in a second here. Because I can't put more crew in there to take advantage of our superior numbers. Let's swap you two out and put Fork and Strainer in. And the rest of you can go heal. They should be able to handle this fight since they're already injured. But just in case, we're healing up so we can go run some backup in. If we need to. Nah, they got it on lock. Alright, team, good work. You managed to beat some plants. Unfortunately, I did not set our crew positions before I moved you, and we didn't actually get a reward from that distress beacon, so that's not ideal. But we'll get going further and see what else we can find. Let's jump over this way and check out the other distress beacon. Maybe it's a little bit more valuable to us. This beacon is located far away from systems populated by florals. Some remains of destroyed ships are floating around, aftermath of a battle long ago. We harvest a fuel, a missile, and 28 scrap, and you know what we're doing! We are acquiring a new slug! Alright, fresh slug for the crew. Congratulations, your name is Pot. Your best buddy, Pan, here, I'm sure had some part in your creation. Welcome aboard. I'm gonna replace the human with another slug, because that's funny, and I think I'm gonna put you back in the helm, since you actually have some helm experience, and Strainer doesn't. Strainer, you're gonna trade places with Fork here. That'll do for now. Max out our evasion odds, since we're not really using much of anything else right now. Is there a store in sight? No. As I kind of suspected. In that case, distress beacon it is. Do I want to spend any of our money before we go? I think I honestly want to upgrade the teleporter so we can help avoid having problems like that one again. Just having those extra 5 seconds faster cooldown should make a big difference on our ability to get out if we get in over our heads. Distress beacon it is.
Hello, we used our last FTL fuel to jump to this station.
They indicate a burnt-out husk of debris and warped metal.
As you can see, the war must have spread to this sector. We've been stranded ever since.
Well, we can give them 2 fuel, why not? We got some. You give them 2 fuel, and they say,
"Thank you! Here, have this extra scrap as payment."
32 scrap for 2 fuel is a really good return on investment as long as we don't run out of fuel before we get a chance to use it all. So that's not bad. We got a lot of jumps here still to run. We have 8 jumps before we get out. So if we basically just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that should do the job. So let's get hopping then. We'll go over this way first and work our way back down. A distressed band of florals hails you, although it appears mostly though it appears most live a mute lifestyle, one orchid is able to communicate vocally.
Please help! An auto ship has come and stolen our children! Please rescue them!
Bad news, guys. I can't do that. I can't help you. We can't deal with an auto ship. That is like our hard counter. We have no viable weapons, and the 2 that we have can't hit an auto ship, even if I were to power them. So, that's not gonna work. We could send an attack drone in there to 1 by 1 destroy the systems, but that will not save your children. Sorry, guys. We can't help you. We could agree to rescue them, but, like, we can't do it, so no, we can't help. We apologize and mute the orchids. Oof, brutal. But we can now acquire another slug! Congratulations, new slug earned. Alright, slug number 5. You're gonna take up shield position again. And congratulations, you get to be renamed as well. Logan Johnson, that is far too mundane a name for you. I think your name is going to be... I have a whole bunch of names that are like bladed weapons, which would make a lot more sense if we had actually like crew that are good at combat. But we don't have any of those. But I'm just gonna call you Mandolin. Does Mandolin have an E on it? I realize now I actually don't know how to spell mandolin. You correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, exactly, Eisen. Save the children? No, make another slug. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. All right, there's a store, so let's go make some money and come back there so we can hopefully buy some good bits and pieces to keep ourselves going. An unarmed Zoltan ship greets you. Our vessel is on a diplomatic mission to the Orchid Worlds. We would like to hire you to go ahead of us and offer a small gift to one of the nearby orchid colonies to herald our arrival. Yeah, okay, I'll deliver a gift for you. The Zoltans deliver a box containing a gift to orchids. The package contains a replica of a Zoltan spaceship of an unusual shape which vibrates rapidly, radiating light and heat. It's made from high-quality metals and very pleasant to look at. Did we just take it apart? They sent us a box, and we just got 3 fuel, a drone part, and 11 scrap. After you've received a gift, the Zoltans transfer over the coordinates for our destination. Alright, I think we might have just taken their present apart, but don't tell them and it'll be fine. We have 6 jumps left here, so if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we are looking good. So let's keep going and do that thing.
You know the thing about the orchids, Captain?
Rebel Captain takes a whiff of his cigar and frowns at you.
They don't scream when I kill them. Makes it easy to give the orders to shoot, 'cause I know my men don't have it in them to mow down pleading civilian families when they can hear them. You, on the other hand, no matter how much you plead, nothing's gonna stop us from painting the walls red with your blood.
Bold words from a crew with only 2 people in it. I have bad news for you, friendo. You are about to get murdered by 4 slugs. Hello. So they've got a human engineer and a standard rebel. Unfortunately, soon they will have nothing because we will have murdered them. Goodbye, people. For every rebel we kill, we like to think of all the Federation officers and civilians we've indirectly saved. Another full crew of rebels dead, another crew of innocents saved. Missile, drone part, and 33 scrap in the pocket. We take it, and we go home. I wish I could just leave a power bar in the med bay, but it's so so inefficient to do that right now. We're going to keep jumping. We're saving up our cash for this store, so let's see what we can do on the way there. A tiny Orchid civilian vessel waits at the beacon. They sign to you. A renegade? I never thought I'd really be face to face with one of you. Oh, wait. Here, have this as a gift. Thank you for your service to the Federation, Captain. 1 fuel, 1 missile, and 14 scrap. Or extort additional resources. One of these days, we're going to be criminals. We're just going to do all the horrible options they give us, and it's going to be a great time. Despite flying the Slug ship, I'm not doing a crimes run this time. We're going to accept their offer, take the fuel, the missile, and the 14 scrap, and not rob them. Let's hop over to the store and go from there. Did we win the last run? Yes, we did. We had a good, successful run last time. It was close there for a bit, but we made it. We find ourselves surrounded by a variety of alien vessels, apparently traveling in a caravan for their own safety. They appear to have set up a collective market, but each individual might have something special on sale. I have no idea what that means. I don't know what they might have special. Let's trade with the Zoltan? I don't know what they're going to have, but they might have something cool. The Zoltan captain reads off a long list of rules of conduct and lets you browse his goods. Okay, let's shop. Before we shop, we still have time to do something else aboard the ship, and you know what that means! That means Slug! On board the crew. Welcome aboard, Slug. Alright, what do we have here? We have a particle beam. Fires a long, concentrated beam that annihilates systems and lights fires, but does no damage to the hull or crew. A stun bomb and a Sarissa beam. Can cut across entire ships, assuming there's no shield to stop it. Interesting. 2 hull damage, 2 system damage, 170 length. So it's just a really long beam, but it takes 4 power. Still pretty interesting. It's basically a super halberd beam? No, halberd beams are 3, aren't they? I'm forgetting. I can't remember how the base numbers are. We got a Rockman Outcast here, we have a human, and we have a Zoltan. What else do we got? I would really like to get sensors so that we can take off the ability to detect things from our slugs and make them murderous monsters. So we're going to buy that. Thank you very much. They have mind control, cloaking, and hacking also, both of which... Actually, mind control could be really fun with an army of boarders. I might grab that too. What else have we got? Exo Vests increases your crew max health by 10%, moving and healing speed by 20. The Engine Disabler, which reduces enemy engine systems by 2 bars for 45 seconds. And the Signal Diluter, which stops ASB backup and attack satellites. I think we're going to grab the mind control because I can see that being fun. We, not only do we board them with an army of 4 angry slugs, but also we make them start killing each other. So let's grab mind control here. Oh, it is the final system slot. Because we have drones, if we grab this, I can't get cloaking or hacking. Ooh. That's a little tricky. Because cloaking and hacking are really good for surviving at the end of the game. And yeah, mind control will be good at making us kill crew faster, but killing crew faster probably won't save us against the flagship. It might. Having our crew on board there will help us. We will have to kill all their crew first. You know what? I think it's probably the wrong choice. I think strategically, taking the mind control here is probably a mistake. I think the cloaking or the hacking are the better long-term survival options. But just for the fun of it, I want to take mind control and just, go ham here with silly boarding strategies and see if we can make that work for us. We're going to take the mind control, even though I'm pretty sure it's wrong. And the only other question we have then is, do we want to buy any of the other crew here? Honestly, I don't think we do. I think what we're going to do is we're going to come to our onboard lab, and now that we have a sensor, we're going to upgrade our slugs to be fighters here. Getting 25% more combat damage, sabotage, and repair speed on all of our slug army I think will be excellent. So let's install that modification for 30 scrap and a drone part. We've committed here, we can't go back now, but I think that's pretty good. A Rockman pilot would be nice, Allie, but the problem is I wanted the money immediately to turn our slugs to be stronger. We'll probably have plenty of opportunities to get more crew, as you can see by our army of slugs, so I'm not too worried about getting more crew right now when we could be investing that money elsewhere. We do need to rename Stick, though. So, Stick, what are we going to be calling you? You're almost in the right vein. You're an object, like the rest of our kitchen team here. But I think you are going to be Can Opener. Congratulations, Can Opener. Welcome to the team. Alright, Can Opener. Your job is currently, ironic though it is, to sit on sensors so we can actually see the enemy crew. Because that is our level 2 upgrade, which is the thing we actually need right now. I don't know if we're going to get much use out of the mind control right away, but it might be fun to play around with, so we're going to see how it goes. First up, though, it's Quest Beacon time. Gift to a gathering settlement. Yeah, kitchen utensils, appliances, tools. You arrive at the coordinates to find the Orchid settlement. They welcome you in. We can deliver the sculpture or keep it for ourselves. No, we're being nice. We deliver the sculpture. You hand over the sculpture of the Zoltan ship. The Orchids are fascinated by it and thank you. Though the gift was from the Zoltan, the Orchids seem to credit you mostly and offer a large portion of scrap and ammunition. 2 missiles and 29 scrap. We'll take it. Alright, we probably need to buy some power. I'm going to buy at least 1 power bar, because right now we can't even really use all the stuff on our ship. And that should help. Yeah, this is the VSS kitchen sink. We're throwing everything at them. Let's jump our way towards the exit here and see how we do. An unarmed floral caretaker vessel is trying to flee from a syndicate mercenary vessel chasing them. You have no idea what the reason would be, but should you do something to save them? Well, why yes we will. We will help the Orchid ship. We fire a warning shot. With what guns? And the pirate ship changes direction to face you.
Ah, shit. Renegade scum! Of course it'd be you who decides to interfere with syndicate contracts! Fine, have it your way, we'll just kill you first.
They have a mantis, a human, and a leech. We should be able to take... That's a big gun. I don't like that. They shouldn't be able to hurt us too bad, though. Let's jump over there and then mind control them just for fun. And I'm going to mind... I don't know how much I have control of this, but if I mind control you now... Yeah, you're on our team, baby! And unfortunately, I guess I should have waited until he was in the room so that I could properly mind control him to kill his teammates. Because that's the other thing that I was kind of wanting to do. But if we get him down to 1 guy left, it shouldn't matter. They do have an ion drone, though, which means this fight might hurt us pretty bad. Can you go over here and kill that, please? I really don't want to get hit by an ion drone repeatedly when they have some big lasers on board. There's 2 shots. One's in on the sensors, that's mean, and one's in the back of the ship. Alright. Well, their crew is going to be dead soon, but we didn't actually manage to do any damage to the drone control, which is a little unfortunate. Mercenaries have been neutralized. We hasten to contact the Orchids again after gathering 3 fuel, 2 missiles, and 33 scrap, which is a pretty nice reward. When we contact the Orchid ship, the Orchid vessel took significant damage prior to your fight, but the crew are still alive. With hasty sign language, the Orchid thank you for your help. I made a terrible mistake and joined a capitalist cell trying to convince the Gathering to pull back its communist policies. Now I feel like I'm being followed everywhere I go. Please, take me with you. I can't stay here anymore. Well, we now have 2 salads on our ship, so they'll be able to help us clone some more if we so choose. But we already do have 9 crew, so that is our cap. If we opt to get more, they will be as replacements, not just new people. So I'm going to call you over here. Strainer is already pretty good. I'd love to call them Salad Spinner, but that's definitely too long. I'm gonna call him it anyway. He can be the Salad Spinner. His name doesn't show up in this list anyway, it's fine. We have 56 scrap left in the pocket. What do we want to spend it on? I think we probably want to spend it on saving up to make our weapons usable. If we wind up against an auto ship or something with no oxygen or something we're just running over there is a bad idea, we're going to need some way to kill them. So trying to get that online soon is probably a good idea. Let's jump to the exit here and see what else we got. If you turn all of our crew to orchids, you can have the doors open to space and they'll still produce more oxygen than they lose. Yeah, you have a lot of orchids, you make a hilarious amount of oxygen. We saw that in our last run. We've arrived at Long Range Beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, we can jump ahead. Well, let's do something on board the ship! This time, though, we're not making more slugs. We have a full ship. Instead, we are going to perform a task or salvage operation because we haven't run our salvage mission yet for this sector, so we can get another free prize here. I want to see what repair the hull options have because we were told we'd get a cheap one because of our slug goo. But let's run the salvage mission for now and see what we get. We survey the nearby area and we get some decent salvage. 4 fuel, 2 missiles, 15 scrap. I'll take it. I will take it. What does the next sector have in store for us? An automated depot or the hive turf? Those both sound bad for us, but the automated depot sounds like a disaster. That sounds like all auto ships, which is just going to ruin our day. So let's go to the hive turf, and we'll fight a bunch of angry mantises instead of fighting a bunch of people who physically can't be fought. We've entered hyperspeed. The mild concern of smashing into a planet crosses your mind, but you figure that some sort of security system is in place to prevent that. Hopefully. We have no options, so we proceed to the Mantis sector. Mantis territory is heavily protected by the Hive. Divided into segments overwatched by the suzerains, this sector is no place for a Federation ship. We exit hyperspeed, and we've entered a poorly charted area of space that's known to be home to the Mantis. We won't find many friendly faces here, or at least not many living ones. It's not long before the suzerain guard spots you.
Meat sacks, this is our sector. We will kill you.
Well, I'm gonna need to learn how to fight them, and they want to board us. So honestly, let's fight them. Get over here. We could try and convince them to leave us alone, but I'd rather murder them. Prepare to fight. We rush to defensive positions as the guard approaches menacingly. Well, come at me, bro. Oh, good choice. Good choice. Okay, you can come in here. It's fine. I'm closing this door, though. Close the... Why can't I close this door? Close. Thank you. And we open this door. Come on in. Come on in. Sit down. Have a cup of tea. In the meantime, let's mind control their captain. That's not going to last long enough to make them kill each other, but it might last long enough for us to kill these guys and get over there to beat them up. Unfortunately, this mini-beam is going to be perfectly timed, isn't it? No, it is incorrectly timed, probably because they have no one on weapons. Fantastic. Alright, team, time to go murder the rest of their crew. They just mind controlled, and that means they're going to want to go heal. But unfortunately for them, that's not going to work. We're here to blow up their weapons, I guess. Oh, they're just going to heal first. Well, if we blow up the weapons, they can't hurt us, and then we can just walk in here. We might have a hard time beating them in their medbay, but there are still 2 of us. No, it looks like they are winning. Okay, understood. Don't get too overzealous. Nah, we got him. We have defeated the suzerain guard. Without crew on board to stop us, we can investigate their cargo. Find a weapon to bring back to the ship and move on to scrap their hull, getting 2 fuel, a missile, and 24 scrap, as well as a bomb launcher. Well, we'd take that. By killing the suzerain guard, we've no doubt caused them to dispatch reinforcements to track us down. Watch our step as we explore the sector. Let's do something on board the ship. We have a full crew, so instead of creating another slug, let us go ahead and run our salvage mission and see what they'll give us this time. Survey the area, we find a small shrine located nearby, abandoned through space. Typically, you find these closer to more densely populated Elustrian temples as a sort of stopping point for ships that can't make the whole journey. Well, time to raid it. While in the process of raiding for valuables, a small elderly monk you didn't notice before spots you and protests softly. You ignore him, knowing he's incapable of doing anything to stop you, but this probably won't reflect so well on your mission. 2 fuel, 2 missiles, 25 scrap, and the Ministry doesn't like it. Well, that's unfortunate, but we're robbing them anyway. We are an army of slugs. I'm sure people will understand. And what are we doing here? We have 100... Oh, didn't mean to click that one. 120 scrap. Let's save our crew positions, because I don't think I've done that in a bit. We are looking at a pretty open sector map. Nothing immediately jumps out as interesting here. We did get a bomb that we could actually use, so that's kind of fun. I might want to be able to turn that on. So let's go ahead and buy one more power bar to bring that online. And I think, honestly, getting our mind control up to level 2 might mean that we can cause crew to kill each other one-on-one, because it buffs their damage, lasts for longer. The health means maybe it won't work in quite the same way, but it might be worth trying. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know if it's a smart move. Again, we're doing a lot of silly stuff in here to experiment with some of these tools and how they work in combination. But I think it's a fun experiment. We have 12 jumps. We have lots of time to run around. Let's do just that. An especially aggressive slaver ship approaches you.
Hand over one of your crew members and the rest of you can go free unharmed. We promise not to hurt them too much.
We're not going to surrender our crew to slavers. I mean, we could. We could just make another one. But we're not going to surrender our crew to slavers. We prepare to fight the slavers. There's a lot of them in there. Oh, they got 6. That's a bit of a problem for us. Let's do nothing as an immediate step. They've cloaked out. They have some big-looking guns, too. Oh, I don't like these guys. We're going to be mind-controlling one of them the second we get in there, so that should help deal with their numbers a little bit. For now, let's jump in here. They have a medic, a regular mantis, a crystal, which could be an issue for us, 2 vamp weeds, and another mantis. This might be a problem. We're going to jump in over here, and we are also going to mind control their captain. Because presumably someone is going to go deal with that, and that mind-controlled captain is almost certainly going to kill them. Now, our crew is pretty good at fighting, but that is some nastiness in that set. Now, there is one problem here that I have not accounted for that may cause us serious harm, and that is the fact that they might cloak out when we are trying to run away. If they cloak out right when we're trying to teleport our crew back home, everyone dies. So that wouldn't be great. And as a result, I think I'm just going to leave now, because if we leave now... I don't think I'm fast enough. We did kill one of their crew members with our mind control up here. I think what we're going to do is wait until 2 guys get up there and then bomb it. Only 1 went! Dang. Alright. That's fine. You 3 get back in the medbay, which we do need to power. We just took some nasty hits there. We don't love that for us. Let's turn the medbay up here for a second. Get everyone healing. You gotta dance through here. I wish we didn't have to do this. This is the one thing that still feels kind of silly. Like... Do I really have to be dancing our guys through the medbay to heal all these people? We took another hit in the shield, which mean... Or the engines, rather. We're getting all of our nasty hits. Alright, well, so goes. We are gonna deal with the damage we take. I'm hoping we can take advantage of whatever this fancy improved healing option that they mentioned previously does for us to come out of this ahead. But for now, we're just gonna jump in and murder the rest of them, because they should go down pretty fast now. Hopefully, before they get a chance to kill us again. Yeah, they are down. It appears the slaves did not survive the fighting. We find their burnt bodies in the hold, but before we strip the ship and hear faint noises in the walls, you break off a latch and a slave falls out of a hidden compartment, coughing. Once recomposed, the slave offers to join our crew. We get a missile, a drone part, 37 scrap, and a mantis. Mantis is great. I'd love to get a mantis on our boarding crew. But who do we drop instead? Who do we drop instead? I am thinking we probably drop our boring human. Fork might be out of here. They're a decent captain, but like, I could put a slug on the helm and then they can't get mind controlled. And Fork, we knew your days were numbered, so goodbye, Fork. Out the airlock with you. And let's get the crew back on board the ship. We are going to put you in the boarding party, and of our boarding party, what have we got here? Are any of you actually good at fighting? Some of you aren't bad. Peeler, Pan, Rolling Pin, and Pot. I'm going to take Pot out of the team. You're going to take over the captain's position. We're going to take our Mantis down to the boarding crew, and I'm going to rename you Where are you? I'm gonna rename you. I keep forgetting there's a second page here. Your name is Blender. Fantastic. Replacing him with Spoon would be a little, a good little gag, but no, we are replacing him with the Blender. Let's get air back on board our ship and power the engines back up. So, what are we doing now? I think we are continuing to try and get enough resources to get our weapons up to speed now. Having the bomb in there that we can actually use is pretty nice. Distress beacon comes first, though. Right? Blender's pretty good for a Mantis. I thought so. As we arrive, it looks like a battle is coming to a close. A Mantis attack force led by a suzerain is chasing some stragglers of a smaller clan. Over an open channel, the winning suzerain makes a declaration. Tikinakarika clan is strongest. All ships exterminating. Pafanakinalara. Pafanakinal... There's 3 A's here. That threw me a little bit. 3 I's in this one, 3 A's in this one. Pafanakinalara. Forces that not yield. Ugh, words. Let's fight the winner. Fool! Challenging Tikinakanarilla. Tikinakarika? Oh, these words are hard. Is a death sentence! As you attack them, boarders from surrounding ships teleport on board, although many of their attack ships are still tied up pursuing fleeing Pafanakinalara aligned ships. How many boarders did they get? Oh, they're leaving in 15 seconds? No. That's not what that means. That means we have 15 seconds where more boarders will be showing up. Okay, that should be fine. Let's send you in here and you in here. And open that door. There's another boarder. Alright. Let's send... There's only 2 crew on board this ship, and they don't have a med bay. What are you guys doing? I'm gonna mind control you. Did I win the last run? He wasn't here for it? Yeah, we won the last run. Thank you very much for the subscription, Iron Pizza. Good to have you with us. Now, I could just let this guy come and fight us, but I don't know where he wants to go. I think we're probably going to want to turn the medbay on if we're going to be using that for one thing. And for another thing, let's get you over here. They have a beam and a burst laser 2, it looks like. So let's get some crew over here to deal with the remaining border. They will probably be having people going in other locations also. I guess you two can follow him. Actually, no, let's take you back to Shields. You can come in here with them. There's the shots. Please don't all hit. And they all hit, but thankfully one of them actually hit the 2 crew that just teleported in, so that's funny. They are going to be a bit of a problem, aren't they? Let's get our crew into the shields. I didn't actually save crew positions again, did I? Ooh. That is putting holes in our ship, but thankfully we actually don't care about those, so that's fine. All we gotta do in exchange is bump the oxygen up and we should be a-okay. Let's swap you two for now. They went home. Oh, interesting. They can actually add crew to their ships that way. Oh, that's mean. They can take them home. Well, that makes this quite a bit harder, actually. Okay, well then, let's send crew back to stations. Incorrect. Pot, you're staying here. And our Mantis is where? They are here fixing a hole in the floor. No, thank you. You go there, and let's save crew positions. Now, you go into the medbay, and Salad Spinner, you go in the medbay also. That's a lot of hits we're taking. This is not looking so good. Alright, let's bomb the weapons. Because I don't really want to keep getting hit by that. That is quite annoying. They did... Yeah, pizza, they could do it in vanilla too. It just didn't even occur to me as being a thing that could happen. They're still going to be sending crew over here until we kill these guys, which is actually a big problem for us because our strategy kind of relies on being able to kill the crew, which is going to be hard if they can keep sending reinforcements that they can bring back onto their ship. So we are going to send the team over to here for now, so we can keep them from repairing it. They can't get more people, but they will be able to send more mantises. So I think what we need to do on this side is going to be... switch this to defense drone. Never mind. Teleport ourselves on board so we can go kill their crew. We need to turn down the engines, turn on the defense drone, and it should help us fight these guys. Yeah, we could use that ability to steal people off their ship. Entirely true, but also, I don't know if it would actually work for us in this context right now. Our defense drone is getting beaten up, but they're doing it in a room where they can't breathe, so we like this too. Let's get you back to the doors before they realize they can do whatever they want. Now, there's no one left on board the enemy ship, but because they still have 4 mantises over here, we can't really stop them yet, so we don't love that. But at least they won't be able to hurt us for long, because we're about to take out their weapon system completely. Alright. We are still getting boarded pretty badly. I think what we're gonna do here is we vent this and vent this. Okay, weapons are down and there's no crew there. They did destroy our weapons because it only had 1 bar in it, so I couldn't suffocate them fast enough. Stop sending more crew! Okay, this is a problem. We actually can't kill their crew faster than they can send more. Let's send our guys back home. Because, yeah, this is a bit of an issue. If we can't kill them faster than they can send more, we're not going to be able to win this fight. They can't currently repair anything, but we're going to mind control them in here. It does look like they're not sending any more boarders. We might have outlasted them, so that's good. Alright, they're running into the med bay, so we can send our team in there to follow them, power up the med bay, so we can better fight them off. And this guy should suffocate, so they should die now. Whew! We finish off the Tiki Nakarika Suzerain. Their ship provides a healthy amount of scrap, getting us a missile, a drone part, and 34 scrap. When we turn our attention to the rest of the battle, there's a shift in morale. The losing side, the Pafinak Inalara clan, now has a second wind. As the Tiki Nakarika retreat back into their own territory, you scrap the Suzerain ship as the tide turns. In the aftermath, another broken down Suzerain hails your ship. Well, let's accept the hail.
Being very grateful. Tiki Nakarika, our longtime foe. Very cruel, very nasty. Pafinaki Nalara, owing debt, will follow.
We can accept the grateful Suzerain onto our crew, which I think we're gonna do. That's an elite mantis. I want elite mantis. 2 times combat damage? Yeah. Or a breach bomb? No. Elite mantis, please. That way we can turn our army of slugs into an army of mantises. And that sounds very effective. So let's grab this mantis suzerain, please. We are going to swap one of our other crew. I think we're going to drop our least effective member of the boarding party, which is probably Rolling Pin. So, Rolling Pin, you are going to be dead soon. What does this say? Temporarily increases combat capabilities, but increases environmental damage taken for the duration. Ooh, maybe we have to be careful about when we push that button. Let's remove Rolling Pin from the team. Goodbye, Rolling Pin. And we need to name our newest mantis. Your name, I think, is going to be Shears, because you are going to be shearing through our foes with great ease. Let's close those doors, power up the oxygen, open the internal doors, fix those broken bits. Actually, before I do that, let's get everyone saved in the proper crew positions so I don't have to mess around with that next time. There you go, save crew spots. Now we go fix the broken weapons. And back to positions. We should be really fast because these slugs are now basically like mini NGs for repairs, they're mini mantises for combat, they're just very versatile. So it's still nice having a pile of them on board. We did take a lot of damage though, which is not ideal. Power that down, power that on. What are we doing here now? We have 111 scrap. Still nothing in sight to buy things with. I think we want... Again, I'm trying to save up for weapons. I don't know if it's worth it bringing these lasers online with the stuff that we've got right now versus trying to do things that are going to keep us alive. Let's save our money. Well, we can't even buy systems anymore. I guess we'll buy a weapon bar because we need it. And we'll buy another power bar. And that way, if we so choose, we can swap to one of the Corbin lasers, which will help us kill crew faster, but only if they only have one shield. We're going to need to replace this, but we need these upgrades anyway, so we'll keep it running and see how we do. We've arrived at a seemingly ordinary beacon, but scans show a slip tunnel opening. Someone with a multiverse drive is jumping in nearby.
Ah, what a welcome surprise to see a fellow renegade. Unfortunately, I think you have something we want. 12 fuel? Are you insane? 12 fuel? No! I mean, you can't have 21 scrap either, but that is a ridiculous request. Refuse. We aren't paying these guys anything. Prepare for battle. What is this? What is this blue thing? Hold on a second. What is this blue thing? Hold on, do nothing. What is this blue thing? A giant alien spider. It's a giant alien spider! I've never seen one of those before. A giant alien spider adult. They have 85 health, they take more fire damage, they repair really slowly, but they do 2 1/3 times combat damage, and they move really fast. Can only be controlled temporarily. I don't know what that means. They learn all non-combat skills 20% slower. Well, that may be no joke, but I have a button for you, and it's the kill each other button. I guess they just don't care. They're just gonna let him shred their weapons? I mean, I don't mind. I'm kind of cool with it if they're just gonna let that happen. Bomb hit an empty room. That's good. Let's close those doors because that might be breaching a hole in us. Yes, it did. Okay. Do I want to go over there? I mean, I guess so. We need to kill the rest of the crew. I'd love it if they could blow each other up, though, first. Oh, he unmind controlled himself. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess he's boarding now. Yeah. Alright, well, let's kill the giant alien spider on board our ship while he's here. I was really hoping they could murder the crew for us, but with 4 of us and only 1 of him, he is cooked. So let's get back over this side. They did lose a bar of weapons, but apparently that wasn't enough to stop all of their equipment from being online, which is annoying. They've cloaked out right when I want to board them, which is also pretty inconsiderate. But that's okay. Did they just... Did they just get a breach for no reason? Why did we hear breach noises? No, really, why did we hear breach noises? He must have toggled nanite mode, I guess? Oh no! This mare has an ability that randomly opens a breach in the room that they're in. There you go, never mind. Alright, well, let's get over here and give them a bad day. I thought that was a Zoltan, but it was in fact not a Zoltan. It was a ghost. Alright, well, this crew is dead, and they're not going to get a chance to do anything about it. So, in the end, this ship wasn't much different from you. All the same, they're the dead ones, and you aren't. 3 fuel, 1 drone part, 38 scrap. Let's bring our team home. The tiny rooms in here kind of make it hard for us to take advantage of our superior numbers, but they didn't really stand much of a chance anyway. What do we got? A lot of empty, unmarked beacons still. Well, if we just sort of wiggle our way up here, we should have plenty of jumps to do before we get to the end. Although it might be good to kind of wiggle our way up here and then come across the end, because there's a bit of a gap in here. I don't know if it makes a huge difference, though, because you could just go across and then over. That's probably fine. For now, we're going to come over this way and see what they've got. I would really love to get the chance to test our repair ability, because we have taken a fair bit of damage. And apparently, it's cheaper than normal, but I don't know how much cheaper. We jumped into the sun! Oh no! Who knows why the Mantis would venture so close to a sun? Perhaps it makes for more of a challenge? Well, that's not great.
At least two of them are coming to... Well, one of them is coming to board us. Well, that's fine. It's not quite as much fun as being able to annihilate two of their crew for free, but I'll take it. And in the meantime, let's just mind control this fella. Now, they do have a halberd beam, which is pretty nasty, but they're going to be dead before too long, so hopefully they won't get a chance to really use it. Let's teleport our crew over to their weapons. So they can't use it also. What did I just hit? Send crew to there. Did I pull back from, maybe, by mistake? I might have. And that is a dead guy. Now, I don't think I can bring him in here to let us kill him. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works, but let's test it real quick. If I take a slug out of this room and put this slug, the mantis in this room, will they kill him? No, he's just going to help us destroy the room. Which, I mean, does work. It solves the main problem, which is that they're trying to hit us with a halberd beam. But it doesn't let us end the battle before the sun has a chance to set us on fire. Unless it does. The corpses of the mantis crew litter the halls, and the stench of pheromones hangs in the air. You try not to breathe as you scrap the ship, getting 2 fuel, a drone part, and 35 scrap. Alright, back home again, team. And there's a fire. Thankfully, it's in an empty room right next to a vent, so that is pretty manageable, actually. Let's turn the medbay on. Let's get Peeler and Blender in there. The rest of you are fine? No. Shears is also a little injured. Alright, back to stations, please. Close those doors, and let's keep rolling. There is a store over here, but I don't know if we're going to be allowed to use it. T and R. Yeah, hotkeys for teleportation. That makes sense. Let's jump down to this one and then go check out that store with the money we've got. We probably want to try and buy something if they'll let us. A Mantis pirate ship defends this beacon, claiming to be one of the Hive's enforcers. That demand you pay them either a scrap or a slave, or be obliterated. I'm gonna choose obliterated, thanks. We refuse. You make it clear to the pirate you have no interest in giving them anything but death. You both hurry to prepare for battle. Alright, well, let's prepare for battle. They're gonna be sending over 1 Rockman? Really? That's all? Okay. We can deal with that. Let's send our crew over here to beat up their Rockman. And in the meantime, what do they got? They got 2 Vampweeds? 2 Vampweeds. Vampweed and a Floral. Alright, well. You work for me now. And you are gonna go kill that guy. Alright, so the team should shred this Rockman in literally no time flat. And in the meantime, let's get our crew back in here for the return boarding expedition. These guys are going to be low on health, which means that they're going to start running to the medbay shortly, which means we're going to board them in the medbay. I pushed the wrong button again. I did push out, not in. One of these days I'll get that sorted out. Hello! Actually, you're in the wrong room. You're going to go in there. Because those mantises do not care what they think they can survive. Alright. Medbay is destroyed, now we gang up on the remaining plant. Nice and easy. We've slaughtered the entirety of the pirate crew. All that's left is to scrap their ship, getting a fuel, a missile, and 37 scrap. It's working okay so far, but we are going to run into problems pretty quick here, I suspect. Because as previously mentioned, we really are going to struggle if we have to actually blow up a ship for any reason. In the meantime, though, let's go check out this Coalition store. Coalition merchant is present. Quite the oddity, considering these Federation wannabes consist of perhaps the 4 most aggressive races in the galaxy. Except slugs, but they aren't very nice either. Excuse me? We are a ship full of slugs! Hail them, maybe we'll get lucky, and if we fight them, even better. To our luck, the ship doesn't attack immediately.
Federation ship? Truth be telling, Coalition not what cracking up to be.
Why not go live a recursive life away from the fighting? That's not what he wants to hear. Why not go be a freelance warrior? That's better than the Coalition, surely. You're just a puppet of the government like you were before, and life is simply full of thorns. This sounds like a mantis to me, so we're going to tell them to go be a freelance warrior. That's better than the Coalition, surely.
Life of warrior, similar to this, yet freedom of hunt, sounding spectacular. You smarter than I, thinking, why myself speaking to Federation ship. Now I knowing.
To your surprise, the merchant offers to trade. Let's do something on board our ship. I think we can make another Mantis, but let's just see what the repair the hull option says. Use slug gel to expedite repairs. Oh. 21 scrap for 7 repairs instead of 18 scrap for 5 repairs? It's definitely better. It's like 3 per repair instead of like 3.5. It's better. It's just not like great. Sure. Okay. Can I go back to the menu? Yeah, we can. Good. Let's use an augment here. I think we're going to make a Mantis. I'm curious to see what we get. We have a Suzerain, and I assume we're not going to get another one of those. But we want to turn our boarding party into all Mantises if we can. That seems like it is the way to go for maximum murder. Our slugs are pretty versatile, but they're not quite as good as dedicated murder bugs. So let's breed 2 Mantis. Our Mantis journey to the pod together, and with them they exit another Mantis with them. We don't question how it grew up so fast, but we are going to rename it shortly. So, I'm curious what kind it is. I think it's probably just a generic Mantis. The Suyari Beam. A potentially incredibly powerful beam adapting to its environment. Damage increases by 0.75 every time you fire, with no limit on the amount of increased damage. That's kind of cool. It starts at only 1 damage, but in theory, you can chain the damage up forever. Neat. I mean, I don't know if it's good, because every chain does less than 1 damage. So, like, the first chain adds nothing. So it's 26 seconds before you get to 2 damage. Which, you know, is not great. But on the next one, it gets another point, because you'll be at a little bit higher. And that's like, it seems neat. I might take it, because we do need a weapon that can get through enemy ships. And eventually, this is just a can opener. It'll deal the whole problem on its own. We have a heavy stunner, a stimulant bomb. That could be decent. Double movement speed, combat damage, sabotage damage, and repair speed for 10 seconds. Like, it's pretty nice. For our boarding strategy. I don't think we need the crew. We've got enough crew already. We got a clone bay, and we can't buy any of those. We could buy the backup battery, but I don't know if we actually want it right now. It's not bad, but I don't know if it's actually good. How much does this take? Only 2 power on the Suyari. I think we're gonna try this thing. Let's grab this. I think I'm gonna sell them the 2 Corbin beams, because we already have a crew here that's doing a lot of trouble. So let's sell the 2 Corbins and keep the Suyari on hand. That gives us a bit of extra scrap to work with too. Then we can fix up our ship back up to the 20 health threshold. We still have a bit of money on hand. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What did I just click on? I don't know what I just clicked on. I don't want this. Dang. I just wasted some money, I think. I was just trying to get out of the menu. Oh no, this is the one we just made. We're good. This is the one we created. Cool, that's why it triggered then. I did leave the menu. It's the one we cloned. Okay, so... Can opener, I think you're the one who's going out the window right now, and we'll keep one of these guys, because even though they don't necessarily have great combat ability, they're still better than you, can opener. So we dismiss you to keep our new crew member. Okay, because they were on weapons, but like honestly, we don't need weapons right now. So, our new Mantis is going to take the place of Pan, I think. You're going to come over here to sensors, and you're going to jump on the boarding party. So we need a new name for you also. Let's head into the crew list. We got Blender and Shears already in the boarding party, and now What am I going to call you? I'm going to call you Cleaver, as requested by the chat. Let's save our positions and get ready to keep on murdering. Is there anything else I want to buy while we're here? I think we want to get enough power to run this weapon and then probably get our next upgrades in the engines and the shields. I don't know if we're going to be making much use of this Suyari beam, but it's neat and it's cheap to turn on right now, so let's do that. It's slow, but if we can survive a battle long enough to power it up, it may be pretty helpful to have in reserve. So, let's jump and see what else we can find. We got lots of jumping to do. Yeah, KZR requested Cleaver again. I was going based on the previous recommendation. A Mantis military scout seems to have just finished a salvage op on a nearby wreck. They've no time to waste with warnings and appear to wish to fight. Well, okay. Come fight me then. You're only sending one crew. That's a bad sign for the remaining crew member. Alright, we're gonna send the Mantis kill team to, and also one Slug, over here to beat up the single border. They don't have a clone bay or a med bay, so these guys are in big trouble. They have a rocket, which I don't love. And it hits us. Very inconsiderate of these soon-to-be corpses. That is their NG dead. Let's teleport into their weapons and stop them from doing that again. They did hit us with one more missile before I could break it, though. Come on. Despite the Mantis being fearsome warriors, they were no match for our ship. 2 fuel, 1 drone part, 37 scrap. We'll take it. And we'll go home. Alright, power on, power off. We have 82 scrap in the bank. There's a Mantis store there. I don't know if they're going to sell to us. I don't even know if I'm going to try. I guess we should. If we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps, that takes us basically to where we need to be. Although, we actually can't do that. This is a bad little corner for that many jumps. Because we could do 1, 2, 3... Oh no, 4, 5. That works. We're good. Okay. So I guess we'll go there in a couple of jumps, but in the meantime, we have a little bit of money we might want to put elsewhere. I'd love to invest in some more evasion and soon another bar of shields to help protect us from the impending damage that will be fired our way. So we'll put one of the engines now and then go see what they got in the store with whatever money we manage to gather before we get there. We're greeted by a rare sight, a Mantis ship that appears not to have noticed you. Well, that can't stand. Attack that ship! We prepare for combat. They've only got 3 crew, and one of them is going to be coming over to fight us in a second. So we do nothing and prepare to murder them. Hello! You have chosen incorrectly. Let's send the team down there to beat them up. And as previously noted, we mind control the remaining crew and run down to beat up this NG. What do you... Oh, get back over here. Oh, I guess they have to go to the helm because they don't want to leave it unmanned. That makes sense. I thought they were going to fight the invader, but no, they just don't want the ship to have no pilot. Which makes sense. But, surprise, surprise, we have a whole boarding crew in your weapons. And having a mind-controlled Mantis in the helm is fun, but it's not going to make a huge difference. He's going to run over here and fight us anyway, and that is over. Mantis that aboard the ship has been exterminated. Pleased with your work, you treat yourself to the remains of their ship, getting a fuel, 2 missiles, and 38 scrap. We'll take it. Money's what we're looking for, because we're going to be going to a shop soon, and it's a Mantis shop, so they're probably going to be fighting us, but you never know. So it's worth still saving up a bit of cash just in case. What do we have here? The Federation is fairly lax on Arjone and its smugglers, as their interdimensional services make for cheap transportation. With little fear, a smuggler nearby peddles you some gear. Well, we could buy from the smuggler. I haven't tried that before, but we're going to murder them because we are mean. Attack the smuggler. Smugglers might usually be known for their military sales, but Arjone transports plenty else. Who knows what kinds of harmful items have traveled through the ship's cargo into the hands of all kinds of bad actors. The only responsible course of action is to take these guys down. Our reputation is decreased with smugglers again. Unsurprisingly, let's do nothing and fight them. They're going to be sending a crystal and a mantis over, it looks like. And they... Oh, good choice, boys. They've chosen to go attack our team full of boarding party. Alright, we're going to mind control their mantis pilot again so we can kill their vampweed. And unfortunately for them, that is a dead-looking crew. So let's get you two quickly in the medbay, heal you up to full. We actually need that evasion, so let's put the power back in that, please. And then we'll go deal with the rest of these fools. There comes a bunch of shots, but... Ooh, a bunch of hits, too. That was some good accuracy from those guys. Nasty. Alright, well... Let's make sure they don't get to do that again. Let's just guarantee they can't do that a second time. I kind of thought we'd be safer than that, but no. The only good pirate is a dead pirate, and today we've made a lot of those. We get 1 fuel, 1 missile, and 34 scrap. There are missiles on the way, though, which I do not really want to say hello to. So let's get someone in here to fix this, and someone in here to fix this. Do I have to stay here and wait for those missiles to potentially hit us in the face, or do I just jump away? I think we try and just leave. Let's go to the store. I don't know if they can hit us still, but I think they probably can. It's a bit wrong. Smugglers aren't counted as pirates in this game. I mean, I know they're a different faction, but I'm fighting them anyway. The market nearby is broadcasting on Mantis frequencies, but all we see is a rebel transport. Well, that's going to have a lot of crew in it, isn't it? Let's hail them.
Not rebels any longer. This vessel belonged to Hive. Rebel crew now slaves. Slaves for you, if money you're having.
They're offering us a human engineer and a human medic, but we're just going to buy some stuff in the rebel stores. Alright, fair enough. We have time to perform a task or use an augment. I don't think we've done... Oh, we have done our salvage mission. Okay. Well, I kind of do need the repairs, but can I check the price in the shop first? No. It's fine. Let's just try the Slug Gel to expedite repairs button. It's really, like, not that exciting. You get 3 scrap discount, but it's fine. Oh, the reward screen called them pirates. Fair enough. They're not pirates. They're a corporation of smugglers, it seems. But let's just push this button once to say we did. It's far from efficient, but if it'll carry us to the next sector store, it's all worth it. It was the same prices in the store, so it's fine. More mantises, but they're all basic mantis, so they're not that exciting for us. We've got an ion barrage, a charge laser, and a breach bomb. None of that's exciting. Clone bay, which we probably don't want at this point. Backup battery, which we don't really want at this point. And more drones. A big defense drone could be fun. We don't have the power to bring this online, but like, a big defense drone could shoot down all these projectiles, and we already have some power in there and the system to use them with, so like, that could be worth considering. One thing I do enjoy is that the suspicious gel has a little lock on it, which I'm pretty sure means you can't sell it. You cannot make this room not slimy. The pleasure pods here are also being kept because they're very helpful. So we can't afford this anyway, but it is worth considering. Of getting a big defense drone could be very good. Like, this thing shoots so fast. It would be so nice to be able to buy one of those. I think for now, though, we're just going to keep what we've got. I don't even have much to sell. I guess I overestimated my buying power here. But this does give us a nice comfy place to do a bit of repairs and get back out there. So let's fix up our oxygen before we suffocate and get back to it. Good work, crew. Back you go. Okay. Well, we've got 2 jumps left. Honestly, I kind of thought this was going to be a fight. I wasn't expecting them to actually be a store. I think we're going to save up for level 3 shields soon, because that'd be a big survival boost. For now, though, let's just keep jumping and check out our last 2 beacons here. We discover yet another unlicensed and uncharted Mantis colony. They certainly waste no time expanding their claims. A Mantis ship moves to intercept you before you can jump away. They really like having these 3 crew, no medical bay ships in this sector. Do nothing. That works out well for us right now, but like you can tell it's going to be a problem soon, because as soon as they start actually consistently having med bays, it's going to be a lot harder for us to beat them up. Let's send our Suzerain in there because they can kill that guy no problem. This ship doesn't look that dangerous, but this Ion might be a problem for us if it actually connects. So let's get over onto their ship and stop it from doing so. We're gonna board into weapons and destroy that system pronto. Right quick. You'll love to see it. Alright, they are effectively disabled already, and now they are dead. The Mantis threat aboard the ship has been exterminated. Pleased with your work, you treat yourselves to the remains, getting 2 fuel, a missile, and 34 scrap. Home again, home again. Alright. 97 scrap. We're heading up to the exit. I think we want to clone one more Mantis. They're just going to be a generic Mantis, but one more Mantis would be a nice addition to our boarding party. Our slugs are pretty good at everything, but at this point I probably don't want to have them if I can have more dedicated murder crew. So, I think we're going to be saving up for survival via shields and going from there. Jump to the exit and see what it's got. Is there anybody here, or is it empty? We've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, we can jump to the next sector. Well, you know what that means. We're going to explore first, because I think you can usually do something aboard the ship after you explore. Scanners are showing intelligent life forms on a nearby planet. No match for them can be found in the database. Well, let's investigate then. We land a small shuttle in an enormous field whose only occupants are small, brightly colored, 6-legged, horse-like animals. Could they be what our scans picked up? Well, we've pacify the ponies and steal one. We've not seen this event before, but we might be able to get ourselves a horse crew member? Let's attempt to communicate telepathically. That sounds fun. After a moment, your crew tells you that these are simple beings who enjoy a peaceful life. Your slug puts the horse into a calm state, and you even manage to bring back a specimen. Without any fear of the horses, you explore further and even find old wreckage on the planet of an NG ship, though the inhabitant is dead. 4 missiles, 2 drone parts, 17 scrap, and Jan Magni, a horse. What does the horse do? What does the horse do? 6-legged equinoid. Alright, well, let's dump one of our plants, maybe? I keep forgetting how this menu works. They are brightly colored, 6-legged, horse-like animals. They are not ponies, but feel free to address them as such. 3 times move speed, 1.2 times combat damage, cannot repair or man systems, can only be controlled temporarily. I just have a horse running around my ship? I mean, yeah. I'll take it. Why not? Why not? Sure. Strainer or spinner, do I care about keeping both of you? Because I like my slugs. They're very versatile at the moment. And I don't know if I'm really taking advantage of this. The caretaker, though, do I care which one of these more than the other? They both take more damage from fire. This one buffs friendly allies. This means they get more healing and max health. I don't think it really matters. Neither of these guys are really what we're looking for, but Spinner works at refilling oxygen without an O2 system, so let's get rid of Strainer for now. This crew will be gone forever, we're sure. Alright. John Magni, you need to be renamed. You are a horse. I don't really know what to call a horse in a kitchen. Huh. Any suggestions for the horse in the kitchen? I'm thinking they could be like like a mallet or a tenderizer. Mallet works for me. That is a perfectly acceptable horse name. So you just don't do what I want, huh? No, you don't listen to me. So you do probably have a horse ability, but it's over here on this page. Yeah. So for 15 seconds, we can control this horse. What are the lab options for horse? Equinoid. Tame an Equinoid. This action will take 3 drone parts to perform, that's all. Can be fully controlled, goes up to really slow repair speed, it gets really fast extinguishing speed, it goes even faster and does more damage. That's the only upgrade we have for them, so like, yeah, I'll tame them. Here, do it. We start training the horse. 3 drone parts, and now, now we have a trained army horse. Incredible. They are so fast, though. They're zooming. Alright, I don't know where we want the horse to go. They are a pretty good combat character, too. They're not quite as powerful as the mantises, but they're really fast. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take Pan and put them in the engines, because I dropped my engine slug. And we're gonna put you in the sensors for now. I don't even know if you can man systems. No, you still can't man systems. So you're just gonna run around, I guess. You're our onboard horse-based deterrent system. I wasn't expecting that, but sure. Let's upgrade the sensors so we can actually see the enemy ships, despite the fact that we've just replaced the crew whose job that was with a horse. And you'll love to see it. I guess we'll save up more for those shields now and keep running. I was hoping they'd let us steal a horse. That's pretty funny. Okay, 94 scrap, let's get out of here. We have lawless space and more hive parts. We just did a bunch of hive parts. Let's go see what lawless space is. I know I was saying I wanted to stay in the red zones because they're interesting and there's lots of stuff over there, but like, what's lawless space? I haven't seen that before. Let's go check it out. Alright, we're jumping through hyperspace. We have no options, so we proceed to the pirate sector. Oh, it's actually pirate space. I guess that makes sense. Pirate space is no safe spot for any ship. Fortunately, you should have little guilt picking off the sector's inhabitants, considering they'd just be just as willing to do the same to you. Exit hyperspeed. A few years ago, this region was bustling with trade activity. Now it's overrun with bandits and marauders. You should tread lightly here. Yeah, Border comes in, here's neighing, gets mauled by a horse. Alright, you're immediately greeted by the guard.
Greetings, friends. Welcome to our sector. I'm sure you're aware there's a fee for entry.
No, we're gonna kill you. We're here to fight our way through these pirates. You mute the ship and prepare for combat. They have... they're boarding us again. Okay. If you want to. I'm not gonna tell you not to. However, I am gonna tell you that your pilot has been mind-controlled. And say hello to my horse. He's so fast! So fast. Alright, we just got bombed, probably. An empty room, that's fine. There is a lot of shots coming at us again. We probably should do something about that. Let's pop a bomb in their weapons to slow them down. Unfortunately, we only disabled the least interesting weapon they've got, so that's not great for our ability to rapidly destroy them, but we killed both of these crew, which is pretty good for us anyway. Let's get you back with the boarding party and go kill the rest of them. Horse, you go chill over here for now. Good work. Alright, they are no longer mind controlled, but they don't have a clone bay or a med bay, so we're gonna jump our team into their weapons. And hopefully stop them from hitting us again. Nope, they hit us directly in the helm, and then directly in the engines. That's fine, they're dead. It's fine. We've defeated the pirate guard. With a crew on board to stop us, we can investigate their cargo. We had a lot of supplies to bring back to the ship and move on to scrap the hull, getting 5 fuel, 4 missiles, 3 drone parts, and 38 scrap. By killing the pirate guard, we've no doubt caused them to dispatch reinforcements to track us down. Let's watch our step as we explore the sector. I think we still have 1 slug, so I'd like to swap them, but honestly, with the addition of the horse, it makes it a little bit trickier. We could use the horse as a boarder, but I don't know if that's as good because we won't be able to use their speed very much at all. What's helpful about the speed is we can get anywhere on board our ship really fast. But if we swap all of our crew into mantises, we're not going to have enough to power our core systems anymore, which is a bit of a problem. Let's do something on board the ship. And you know what it is. We're making another mantis. I want to keep them, but also I want the mantis. We get another mantis in our team. Congratulations. I think we're going to drop one of our slugs. I just don't know which one. We're going to keep Pot, obviously. He's our pilot. Pans on engines. I think we're going to drop Mandolin. They're on shields right now, though. I kind of want to keep them. Peeler might be the one who goes, because they're our combat team member. And they're the one getting replaced. So, goodbye, Peeler. You had a good run, but we have a new mantis to replace you on board our new ship here. So, goodbye, Peeler. We do need a name for our new mantis, though. We are going through so many crew names so fast. I kind of wasn't prepared for needing so many things. Good thing we're throwing the whole kitchen sink at them, and we have a lot of choices. I kind of want to call this like a flensing knife. But, what other options have I got here? We could call them... call them Slap Chop? I'm calling them Slap Chop until someone else has a better idea. That'll do. A little bit of brand integration, what do you know? Alright, let's teleport you all home. Call them the Oven. Oven? I don't know, there's some other aliens that would be a really good oven, like the ones that set things on fire regularly. The rockmen who do that. But it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Let's turn this beam back on, because I actually haven't used it, I don't think, a single time since we bought it. We have 132 scrap, which is, in fact, just enough to unlock our third shield bar, but not enough to power it. We have a purple merchant here. Well, let's go see what Sylvan wants. We tried to visit them earlier and we failed, so do you have something fun for us this time, Sylvan?
Stranger, stranger, I see we meet again.
The merchant sticks out his tentacles, showing off several things he stashed in his coat. See what he's offering, sell some resources first, or attack. We do have a lot of resources we could sell him, but let's just... Well, we actually can't buy anything anyway, eh? Let's sell some resources. How does he buy these? Sell some ammo.
Missiles! Crucial for any heavy payload, but if you find yourself with more than you can handle, stranger, I'll gladly buy some off of you.
15 missiles for 45 scrap? That's not bad. I'm not going to use that many, so sure.
Another day, another profit for both of us, eh, stranger? Ah, stranger, stranger, I found this spooky ruin a while ago, and inside found tech like you or I've never seen. Come take a look.
Oh, he really did find tech like none we've ever seen. There's a plasma cannon Mark 1. Fires bolts of plasma that do ion and system damage. Can even damage the shields upon contact. So it's an ion weapon that also destroys the system, which means that if the shields are up, it breaks the shields while ioning them. We have a Purifier Pinpoint Mark 1. Old and powerful pinpoint tech is detected on this weapon. You can only imagine the terror this weapon could cause. It's a single point beam that does 4 hull damage and 5 crew system damage, 60 crew damage, 100% breach chance. Whew! This is just like a bwamp. I want that system dead. You have the Payload Teleporter, a bomb launcher weapon, but unlike any you've ever seen. It appears to be much stronger than common bombs. Yeah, 16 second stun is really long, too. This thing fires 1 bomb at a time, does 4 system damage, 45 crew damage, 100% breach, and 100% stun. Only takes 15 seconds to fire, and it's bombs, so it goes directly through defenses. Plasma Drone, which is that shield and ion and system damage option. The Overwatcher, ancient defense technology that fires at any incoming projectiles. That is an incredible defense drone. It's 100 milliseconds per shot. Is that 10 times a second it can shoot? That's wild. Yeah, Chris, since the pinpoint launcher has a shield pierce of 5, it can do whatever it wants. The Purifier Pinpoint Mark 1. This thing sounds like it would be fun to use. There's no way I can afford it. The Mender here... Oh yeah, it's system damage? You're right, it's system damage. I think the shield piercing is hull damage, like Perplexed said. I'm not sure, though. Mender here. This controllable ancient crew drone can repair at insane speeds and provides other supporting benefits. Interesting. We have a whole selection of interesting toys. Can we afford any of them? Is the real problem. Because kind of the answer is no. If we sell the bomb and the Suyari, that gets us 62 more scrap. If we sell the Butler drone also, that puts us up to like 87 more scrap. Which could be enough to buy some of these toys. Not enough for the Overwatcher, that thing's just too expensive. But like, if we want to try and get this pinpoint death laser, we could try it. Could be fun. The thing I'm curious about, that I don't really know how it works, is for a system like this that can pierce through multiple shields, does this mean if I fired at 4 shields or 3 shields, it would do 2 system damage, or it would do 5 system damage? Because the system damage might not get reduced? I don't know. I don't think I've experimented with this where it doesn't line up the same. It probably gets reduced by 1 for every shield bubble it goes through, like regular beam stuff does. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well, Chris. The payload bomb launcher is not that exciting. The pinpoint purifier is neat. I don't know if it's going to be good on its own. Like, to be realistic here, I don't know if it's actually going to be good on its own. But I gotta try it, right? I gotta sell everything I'm using to get it, but like, I'm gonna. Here, have this beam, have this bomb, and have this drone. Give me the cool laser. I want it. It's a bad idea, but I need it. Alright, so now we should also have Ether Tech. So Ether Tech gives us a couple of other cool upgrade options that if we max out some of our other systems, I don't think we're really going to wind up using them. But we're making bad decisions on this ship, and sometimes that's what you gotta do. So now we have a silly beam, and we're going to try and make use of that in the future. In the meantime, though, we no longer have any money, so going to the store isn't going to do us any good. So let's jump around and see if we can get some cash, because we are quite low on cash. Oh yeah, the Zoltan Shield would be a great option, but right now we are well behind on the money curve on that one. An unidentified ship is badly damaged and still being assaulted by a space pirate. The victim begins a distress message until the pirate cuts in and offers to split the bounty if you sit tight. Well, no, we're here to murder pirates. They're called a bombard, though, which I don't love. Let's try to be here and attack the pirate. But they only have 2 crew! You only have 2 crew! The pirate ship stops its pursuit and locks weapons. Alright, well, they made a terrible mistake coming here, because unfortunately for them, I'm mind controlling this guy, which means that one's going to be standing in the same square. And we have a little present for people who like to stand in the same square. It's the purifier beam we just bought. So we're not even going to need to board these guys. We probably could, but in the meantime, I'm just going to bump our shields up and test out our new death laser. I kind of want to get a crew in there to man that system, but you can't do it. I guess we'll take you off doors and put you on weapons for this foreseeable future, now that we might actually use some. Alright! Congratulations! You get Death Laser. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It didn't actually kill him because they had shield bubbles up. But it's fun. Let's send the crew over there and kill him that way. That guy's gonna be stunned for a while too, so we can kind of just beat him up. Really? Oh, it's because he's mind controlled. I forgot he was still mind controlled. I thought that was the other one, but no, that makes sense that the one that lived is the one that has the bonus health. I can't even get in the weapons easily right now. Alright, you guys try and get up here. You try and get in here. Alright, he's dead anyway. The pirates are all dead, leaving the ship dead in space. You scrounge what you can from their ship before contacting its former prey. 2 missiles, drone part, 25 scrap. We take those. Thank the heavens you showed up! We don't have much to offer as a reward, but our engineers should be proficient enough to patch your ship up a bit after that nasty fight. Back to full health, we love that. Alright, now we're gonna need to wait for our teleporter to... No, we don't have to wait for it to cool down, I can just scoop him. Get scooped. Get scooped. And back to full health, we're looking good. Okay. We have enough money now that we can buy our second power bar here to turn on the shields. And we'll keep rolling. Not a lot of money in the bank, but we should hopefully be able to make some pretty quick with all this fun stuff in our control. We arrive in the sector and are greeted by a science vessel waiting by the beacon. They hail you.
We find ourselves low on fuel and have a proposition.
2 fuel for 1 drone part? Come on. Really? That's what you're offering me? Blech. Decline their offer. We're not going to murder them. We've already made enemies with the Ministry. We don't want to start more fights with them. We'll do something on board the ship, though. We haven't done our salvage operation yet this sector, so let's run that and get a little bit of extra cash that way. Survey the nearby area. We find... Oh, nothing. Cool. They return to the ship. Never mind. We got nothing out of that for our trouble. Let's get you out of there, because I actually don't want you sitting in the medbay. It's a bad room for you to stand in. And let's save. Now, we have a distress beacon here, which sounds interesting. Let's go see what they want. An automated ship emitting this distress signal is looping a message in a calming female voice.
This automated vessel has received critical hull damage. It has been programmed to give a reward to anyone who repairs it.
Well, I mean, in theory, we can kill it. It's an automated ship now. We've had like really good luck at avoiding it up until now. I'm gonna try and hit the destroy the ship button and hope we don't get punished for our assumption we can do this. The damaged ship is in horrible condition, but it still manages to raise its weapons and defend itself. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Let's do nothing. We're probably gonna have to run away from this, because that's a lot of gun. I don't know even what that is. I've never seen that thing. It's blue. I don't like it. Please leave me alone, scary blue gun. Oh, no, that's an ion. What is this? That's 3 lasers. That's 1 ion. There's 4 lasers? Okay, they gave this ship too many lasers, is all I'm saying. So the nice thing about the Purifier here is it's actually going to be pretty good at stopping this ship from being too big of a threat, because every room we shoot with it is broken forever. So, like, 1 shot on it and they can never repair it. But we're only going to be dealing 1 or 2 damage at a time right now, which is not very good for staying alive. I think we're going to be trying to run here. So, since we're trying to run, I think we want to probably pop the weapons so they're less likely to fire so many shots at us, because that gun in particular had a lot of ammo, and I don't really want to get hit repeatedly by it. This thing doesn't look like it can actually stun us down completely, so this is mostly going to be safe-ish. Not safe, but at least safer. Let's Purifier them again, and that should prevent them from hurting us anymore. Well... Once, yeah. Once the ion goes away, then they won't be able to hurt us anymore. So now we can worry about trying to kill them. If we fire this at the shields, that will eventually solve our problem, because they can't hurt us and they can't fix the damage because of the holes. So now we can safely chill out here and not have to worry about running. I'm gonna put a hole in the helm just so they can't leave, now that they can't actually hurt us in any meaningful way. Get you back on shields, please. Alright, we're chilling. They got about 2 shots left in them, because this one is gonna bring their shields down again, and should mean that the next time we fire, it does enough damage to take them out. It sure does. Alright, this gun's pretty fun. we had to sell our entire hold to get it, but it's pretty fun. It just means that we can't use it on its own forever. As soon as we start getting 4 shield enemies, it'll be useless. Unless it has some supporting gear, I mean. Barely anything remains that can be scrapped from the auto ship. 3 fuel, 1 missile, 16 scrap. We'll take it. And we'll jump. We have a lot of jumps until we have to get out of here. We have 8 beacons we can visit. I think we're basically going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That seems like a fun little tour. Would it still do 1 damage if they have 4? It might do 1 system damage. It won't do 1 hull damage. We'll have to find out what happens when that specific combination comes up. Your sensors have picked up a refugee ship drifting through the system. No doubt one of many fleeing the rebel advance. Doesn't appear to have detected you or is trying to avoid notice. So let's say hello. The vessel is relieved to hear from you. They're running low on supplies and suggest a trade. 3 missiles for 2 drone parts. Well, that's nothing. That doesn't matter. We don't need those. We don't need either of those. Sure, trade with them. Enjoy your missiles. Yeah, an Ion 1 would be good with it, exactly. Anything that can help us keep the shields down. A flak would also be decent. We have some time, though, here to get some more resources to make this work. There's a store over there, which I don't love, because we don't have any money left. We need to earn some cash. We've arrived at a seemingly ordinary beacon, but scans show a slip tunnel opening. Someone with a multiverse drive is jumping in nearby. Ha ha! I am but 4 parallel universes ahead of you, but I will not have won until I've defeated you in every universe! Yahoo! The ship moves into attack. I didn't realize this was Mario until I was halfway through reading it. Alright, let's do nothing and blow these guys up. What do we got here? Butters? Are you called Mario? You're called Ken! Why aren't you called Mario? That guy should have been called Mario. Alright, let's go ahead and deal with the borders first, because that's going to be our most immediate problem. Then the rocket is definitely our next most immediate problem. But we want them to leave the ship so we can mind control this guy, so that their leech will come and murder him for us. They did board us in an inconvenient room, but that's okay. We'll send crew over here to deal with them. They have a floral and a crystal. Nope. Yeah, floral and a crystal, which shouldn't be too bad for our team to go in and beat up. And the pinpoint laser can also punch them in the head if we so choose. I think we're going to swap these two, though, so our poor little floral doesn't get beat up. We haven't done this before. Oh, I can't. Oh, it starts charging when the fight starts. I assumed it would be ready to go when you actually jump in, but no, it looks like it does have to power up. Interesting. Well, these guys aren't going to be alive long enough for that to matter. I do want to make it clear we don't want this missile to shoot us. So let's just pop that, please. Problem removed. Okay. You are going to get ready to board, and you probably need to heal soon, but it'll be fine. Team is ready for boarding. We're going to jump into the shield system and make them regret fighting us. They could fight or try and stay in the weapons, but they're not going to. They are going to try and run into the medbay, which allows us to hit it with the death laser. We're going to have to fight our way over there, aren't they? They're all running away. That's too bad. With the NG there, they might actually fix it in time, too. Nope, they did not fix it in time. They are all dead. Multiverse ship has ceased to function, sending out a mist of blue vapor from what was their drive. We scrap the ship, getting 3 fuel, 1 drone part, and 42 scrap. As we start to leave, you do one more once-over of the wreckage and are surprised to find an item left behind that you missed. 31 scrap and a breach bomb. That's a pretty good item. Talking about ways to get through shields, that could actually go with us pretty good. It only does 2 system damage, though, so probably not the one we want. We'll see, though. We want something that's bigger on the system damage front so it can actually, like, really punch through the shields if we're going to take one slot. It does only take 1 power, though, which makes it pretty good, so I can't complain too bad. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to just go ahead and power that weapon slot 1 more so we can use the bomb if we so choose. We've got lots of space to cover, and I just spent all the money I was trying to save for the store, so let's hopefully make some more cash. Asteroid field, oh baby. Pirate ship was lying in wait inside this asteroid field. It immediately moves into attack. They have no med bay or clone bay. They have a Vulcan, though. Who gave you a Vulcan? That's not allowed. Alright. Let's do nothing. I think we're just going to immediately board them in the shields because they can't do anything about it, and that seems like a good time for us. Get in there, team. And just for fun... Well, I'll wait a minute here. It'll be fine. Just for fun, though, do we want to mind control one of these guys? I don't know if we do, but... Can I mind control them if I'm in the same room? Yeah, but it kicks them out. Alright, that's fine. You go beat up your weapons for me. Right in there. Meanwhile, we're going to kill the rest of your crew off real quick. I actually don't really want to destroy the shields, which is a little bit of a pain, because I kind of want the shields to stop us from getting murdered by asteroids while we're on board their ship. But it looks like they are going to be polite enough to come in here and let us solve that problem directly. We're going to breach beam this mantis, or purifier laser, the mantis, you know what I mean. Hit them with the gun that does the shooties. And they are getting pretty fast over here, which we don't love to see. This guy will be regaining control of his senses in 16 seconds. So in the meantime, I think we're just going to go send our Suzerain to go kill them. Because they are pretty good at that. You hop in here and kill this guy. Oh, he can't kill it because it's still mind controlled. Thankfully, the mind control will end before the rest of this effect does. So we can get in there and beat this guy up while he's still unconscious. Alright. Pirate ship will no longer torment the sector. 2 fuel, 1 drone part, and 42 scrap. Let's get the team back home again. Thank you very much. And they won't auto-heal here because it is actually a dangerous sector. So we can chill out and heal our crew up while we watch the beautiful exploding boulders fly overhead. Get you out of this room. Little door corners like this are really easy to accidentally wind up clicking the wrong thing. Alright team, back to positions. I do think it's funny that I have a horse sitting in the door control, just kind of like staring at it. not doing anything. Horse does not know how this works. Alright. We could use some more power still, but for now, let's just jump on. Gotta try and get a bit of cash before we get to that store, because who knows what we'll be able to afford there, what crazy things they're going to be selling. Not too far from the beacon, we detect a destroyed cargo ship with its cargo scattered nearby, intact. Oh, well, we can run an advanced scan or have our slug check the boxes. Let's have the slug do it, they're telepathic. The cargo appears to contain nothing much interest. You salvage some scrap from the destroyed ship. We'll take it. 29 scrap is money, and money is what I asked for. Let's jump over here and make our way to the store. Soon after arriving in the system, you're hailed by a small cruiser.
What good fortune that we happen to run into each other. Nothing personal, but you have some information we need. Nothing personal, kid.
Alright, well, they think they're the cool protagonists here, but unfortunately we're the cool... They got a lot of guns, though. I was gonna say, we're the cool protagonists, but like, they do have a lot of guns, though. Let's go and say hi. I think we should be able to take them. They've got a bunch of crew, which is a little bit of a problem, but if we mind control their captain, that'll take care of somebody. And I don't think they're gonna have time to deal with the rest of us in that time. So we're gonna jump into... shields, I guess? They have no way of healing. I kind of want to go weapons so we can take that system out, but we don't want to be in weapons so we can laser it more effectively. Let's jump over here to the engines, and let's mind control the captain. So someone has to go deal with them. Meanwhile, we're shredding the crew down here. I'm a little concerned about all of these things happening to sync up and doing some serious damage to us in a minute here. Oh, thankfully, they didn't have very good aim. We got lucky on that one. Let's purify the weapons real quick. We are taking some hits on Cleaver, though, so I kind of want to swap you into here so you don't die. That's most of the dangerous gun offline. Okay, we did successfully win that encounter, but we're going to go home. We'll kill that guy in a minute. And in the meantime, you guys are gonna go heal because... Ow! Ow! They did a lot of damage there. I think let's go ahead and turn the medbay on in exchange for the oxygen. They shouldn't be able to realistically hit us too much anymore, and as soon as the purifier is ready, this guy should be dead. Bop. Oh, it doesn't do quite as much damage as I thought because they still have 3 shield bars. That's right. Well, you know what? Let's just kill them the old-fashioned way then. By dropping a bomb directly on them. The pirate crew has been killed. This action will no doubt have avenged many civilian lives. 2 fuel, 1 drone part, 40 scrap. We take those. And we should auto-heal the rest of the way as soon as those bullets go away. Yep, there it goes. Okay. Now that we actually have a fully trained horse, are there any other horse options? No. No other horse options. We could upgrade a mantis option, though. We have a bunch of those now. Selective killing is more damage in melee combat, but losing ranged damage. That's probably fine, because we can control where they stand. So that's basically just 60% more damage if there's someone in the room. If they're extras, though, that's where the 50% really does hit you. So, I don't know. It is fun to be able to blitz down one person because they were the person in the room we teleported into. The other option, Fireflies, means that we get fire resistance and more sabotage speed. That could be okay. It's not exciting, though. We're not using fire damage. Observational learning means we're good at repairs. So no, none of those are that exciting. I think if we're going to get any of them, we would take selective killing. The Suzerain, what do you do again? NG repair speed is doubled for each Suzerain in the room. No, that's no good. Okay, well, if we decide we want the Mantis ability, we can go get it. It'll be useful when we're getting, like, bigger crews, so it probably will be valuable, but it's not an obvious, definite win at all times, because you do lose some firepower when you're fighting, like, 4-on-1. Alright, well, that's fine. Is there any other internal upgrades we want? I think we go to the store first, obviously, but, like, there might be some internal upgrades we want soon. We're getting to the point in the run where we want to try and invest in some more interesting options, and there are indeed interesting options to be had. Alright, well, let's go to the store and see what our 125 scrap might buy us. Oh yeah, the teleporter has some good options. We're using it a lot. We might want those. But let's go to the store first here and see what they're offering. The map may have listed a store at this beacon, but the heavily armed separatist ship staring you down doesn't give that impression at all.
Attention, Federation vessel. This separatist security patrol. Search targets, Harmony agents, rebel sympathizers. Incentive for cooperation. Store access upon search completion.
They don't appear to be asking. I actually don't know what that means. I don't know what Harmony is. I think it's an NG faction, and we don't have any NG crew, so I think we're safe. Let's try. We don't have any rebel crew, we have no humans, and I don't think we have any Harmony NG, so we're probably fine. The investigator is unnerving as they creep through the corridors, appearing to stretch and distort as clouds of nanobots work their way into the recesses of your ship. After a few tense minutes, the NG informs you that your crew are acceptable and you are cleared to browse the store. Do you have any Rebel or Harmony NG crew? Yeah, we're good. Before you shout, you have a chance to do something else aboard the ship. Well, we could do something else aboard the ship, but we actually don't have many interesting options to do aboard the ship. We could clone someone, but we don't have any room. So I think we just do nothing, unfortunately. We've run out of space for goofy bits. I would really like to get a fun defense drone online. This one gives us additional energy shield points. That could be good. It's an overcharged drone for only 1 power. It might be good. The Amphidrone. I don't know what this is. A special toggled drone that can switch between combat and defense modes. Oh, okay. It's basically just a swappable one. And the defense drone Mark II looks pretty standard. I'm having a hard time saying these words. What do we have over here? A Dirk Beam, another pinpoint laser, but nowhere near powerful enough for us. An Ion Barrage Mark II. 5 seconds charge time. We might need this thing. That's really fast. I would love to go buy a fun drone, but I think we need the Ion Barrage Mark II. That sounds perfect. Alright, I'm buying this. And now that we've bought that, we're gonna need some money to upgrade our weapon system, so I don't think we're gonna buy a drone yet. I'd love to get a fun drone system going, because we've got one, but I gotta get this thing going in here. Yeah, the mode swap things, you can swap the mid-fight with the toggle button. But, that is one thing I was curious about. If you swap them mid-fight and they're already deployed, I assume you have to use another drone part to change the mode. Or does it just like swap where they are too? That's the one part I wasn't sure about. As it stands though, you lose the drone part? Yeah, I thought so. As it stands though, we're gonna need some cash to upgrade our weapon system to actually be able to use these. Actually, I can actually afford it now. There you go. We can't use the breach bomb at the same time, but like, that seems really good. We're gonna give that a try soon, I think. We have 2 jumps left, so do we like this beacon or this beacon? You start deploy it until you know what you need. Exactly. We did that earlier with our defense drone that we used to have. It was a boarding or defense drone, and we swapped it as soon as the fight started. A ship with conspicuous Arjone markings is orbiting a nearby moon, broadcasting a simple message claiming to have equipment available for sale. Well, I mean, we don't have any money, and he's gonna run away again. And he has a Zoltan shield, but that isn't a problem for us. We can bypass that with our built-in Zoltan shield bypass. But I don't know if we can kill him fast enough. We're gonna murder him though, because we are here to murder these people. Attack before he can attack. We raise weapons and attack a pirate. The smugglers hate us even more. Is he gonna try and run? Doesn't look like it yet, which means we're gonna get in there and beat him up. They have a free mantis and a regular mantis and an orchid floral. Unfortunately for them, we have a boarding party. So, we can just bypass their energy shield, and I think I can mind control them through it too. I don't know if I'm gonna bother though, because I want to be able to kill them faster, and I think we want to just get in there and fry them instead. It's not guaranteed that they'll be cooked, but I think they are in fact doomed because we have 4 mantises, one of whom is a suzerain. Yep, the only good pirate is a dead pirate, and today we've made a lot of those. 3 fuel, 1 missile, 38 scrap. And no other fun reward, I'm kind of surprised. I kind of assumed that if you crew kill the smugglers, they would always have something interesting in the hold. But I guess not. Let's go ahead and grab that power bar. I'd love another one of those, but at least now, if we so choose, we can bring the Ion 2 up to speed, and this feels like a mean combo. Just pummel the shields down with the Ion 2, and by the time the Purifier is ready to fire, they're already going to be cooked. So, we'll give it a try. In the meantime, though, we have 1 more beacon to go for the sector. We're at a long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, we can jump to the next sector. We have nothing to do aboard the ship, so let's explore. We jump into a field of debris. It appears a battle recently took place here, and the loser seems to be the civilian ship. A message was left on repeat before it was destroyed. Rebels attacking! Please, send aid! The responsible... Well, that's not part of the sentence. The responsible rebels are likely still nearby. Well, let's use our upgraded sensors and find them that way. You quickly find the rebel ship's location and move to intercept. Hello, friends! We're gonna get ready for combat. You wanna board us? That sounds great. They got a beam and a 2-shot little laser here, but that's fun. Oh, good choice! You've decided to enter the boarding in the medbay. What a classic maneuver. We're gonna start barraging their shields here and just see how this goes for us. Because this thing is fast and it should be able to keep their shields completely locked down. They have a medbay on board the ship, but I can tell you right now, they will not have a medbay on board that ship for long. Let's get the team healed up and ready to invade. You wanted to say horse time, but I forgot I tamed it? Yeah, I tamed it. It's fine. The horse is very funny. I don't know if I actually like it because it can't man systems. And it's like, we have so many mantises. They have to send a lot of boarders or be boarding us while we're boarding them to be a problem. Like, we have so many mantises. It's just fine. Like, what are they gonna do? So, in this particular combo, the horse isn't quite as valuable. However, in this particular combo, their medbay is about to explode, so... Bwomp! And let's board them. In weapons. Come say hello, friends. And by that, I also mean, come say goodbye, friends. As the captain of the rebel ship collapses to his knees, he beckons for you to come closer. He whispers, "Damn you!" and falls lifeless to the ground. 2 missiles, a drone part, and 40 scrap in the pocket. Alright, back we go. I do think it's funny that with this ship, we annihilated 4 boarding crew in Sector 1, and it didn't matter. Was it Sector 1 or Sector 2 that we had a catastrophic loss of slugs, and it just, like, didn't slow us down at all. Very funny. Alright, team. We have murdered our way through here pretty effectively, I think. Don't have any free mantis. Yeah, we just have 3 generic mantis, but that's not that weird, Perplexed. Or purple? Pure purple? Oh my... Have I been saying it wrong in my head this whole time? Is it pure purple? Not perplexed? I thought it was like a perplexed purple overlap, but it's an XD at the end. It might not be. Oh, I might have your name completely wrong. But no, these are just basic mantis, and they are here because we cloned them out of the slug cloning vats that we have. So they always come through as generic versions of that species. Purple's good. Okay. Oops. It's fine, right? It's fine. So, is there anything we want to do here before we jump out of the sector? I don't know if there is. We have a little bit of cash on hand. Probably we're just going to buy more power with it, honestly. I'd love to get our engines upgraded at least 1 more, but it's a little outside of our budget, and the extra power would let us actually use all of our systems if we need to. I think I'll just save the money for now, though. We have lots of interesting things to buy coming up. Here we have the Republican Frontier and the Union Core Worlds. This is an exclamation mark sector, so that's where we're headed. We are going to the Union Core Worlds, and hopefully we'll find something good there. For now, though, that's our only option. We just unlocked the Slug Nightclub. Slot B, there you go. We've entered hyperspeed. Must be an interesting life as a civilian who never leaves their home planet. Let's jump to the Union Core Worlds. The Union Core Worlds. They're friendly to the Galactic Union. They're... Oh! Location of interest, Earth! That's fun! The Union Core Worlds are also home to Earth, the home world of mankind. Heavily protected by the militia, this is no place to play villain, unless you're willing to suffer the consequences. Despite this, in recent times, a mysterious pirate faction known as the Brood had begun terrorizing Union settlements abroad. Keep a lookout for these elusive pirates. There might be a reward for taking them down. That sounds awesome. Let's exit hyperspeed. You've entered the Union Core Worlds, a well-protected sector home to the Galactic Union, and as such, many important political figures from all over the galaxy. Just go about your business and don't try anything shifty, and you should be fine. You're immediately hailed by the guard. This is a vital sector to the Galactic Union which makes up the civilian representation of the Federation. We must run a full background check and scan of your ship to allow you through. As you're already a Federation vessel, you should have no difficulty getting past. Yeah, let's undergo the inspection. Let's see what happens. After long last, you make your way to the checkpoint entrance. Your crew are taken one by one into a full-room scanning machine that examines everything from their chemical makeup to the contents of their stomachs. Your crew might be a makeshift crew of all kinds, but the militiamen don't seem to care and you're allowed to pass. I mean, we're a makeshift crew of several slugs cloned from each other and several mantis cloned from each other. But let's see what happens. Alright, nothing bad happens. We're in. We're in! What does our map look like? There's an outpost over there? I don't want to go there. And a horse. Good point, Garuku. And a horse. I can't get there. And the distress beacon's in the corner. This map is awful. Ugh. Alright, well, we'll deal with it, I guess. I guess we're gonna go to the distress beacon and then work our way back, just in case there's something important in there. Because it's a cool area. We gotta go to the cool area things. But we're not, there's no way we can make it to that outpost. However, there's actually no way we can make it to any of those beacons right now, because this is where I've got to call the stream for today. We will probably be back to finish this up either on Saturday afternoon or Sunday in the middle of the day. I don't know exactly when we'll be back to play it again, but we will be back at some point on the weekend to wrap up this run and tackle the second half where things may or may not get messy. I think that Ion gives us some real guns for the second half of the run. I was a little worried until we found that, but I think we probably have it in a pretty good spot here. But it is getting late here. It's almost 11 o'clock, and I gotta go do a couple of things before I go to bed. So, have yourselves a fantastic evening. Thanks for dropping by the stream, and I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.